honestly.
Help?
Yes. Definitely help.
Yeah, help.
Help.
Okay. And I will apologize now for the summer sun fail because, yeah, that one research vessel completely just
melted?
disintegrated.
Oh.
Basically,
Oh.
like it is half the ship
Oh,
it used
yeah.
to be. I threw that together to be representative to have the parasail on the table, but I was kind of sad, and I did not get the time to repair it. But yeah, apparently my van is not a good storage facility for hot glue in the summer,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I did know, but did not necessarily.
And ignore it.
I'm like, yeah, it was kind of like it'll be fine, and it wasn't.
Man, we need an actual like cabinet instead of like that tiny.
Just like right in the corner, one of those metal ones or something.
Just open it up. You can take the props right out.
Yeah, but we did gain a audio mixer. It's just no mics yet, but that is gifted to us. It was a hand-me-down to music, and it didn't do what they needed it to. So now they're like, well, we never really like took it into our like school's inventory, so it's just kind of there. So that's ours. So we'll see whether that's going to help us or not. But yeah, for now, it should be fine. Either way, so those are the good, the bad, and the indifferent. So as we get started and think about things, you all had left off with.
Wait, what's our fan's name? Our only fan. What's his name?
What?
The only guy.
Wait, what did
The
you
only
say?
guy that watches our live stream. What's his name?
Oh, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
My time.
You're my
I'm
best
so
friend.
confused for a second.
I was
well,
too.
she did use the phrase, "What's our only fan's name?"
Oh, yeah.
And so because we couldn't see the apostrophe in that,
Yeah, sorry.
there was some
My BOG. Hi, Ty. I'm sorry, what? Don't repeat that, actually. Where is that so I can avoid it?
Yeah, what's the website?
Where do I?
You just type that straight into Google.
Okay.
While streaming on Twitch, you specifically have to be streaming on Twitch.
Okay, well, I mean, listen, and I guess I can make a Twitch for that. It's, so I can avoid it, actually. Obviously.
Good thing I don't have a Twitch account.
Well, fucking rockets! I was
You have to avoid it.
Yeah.
4 cards away.
So,
Hi, Ty.
Those rockets.
so with that, as we think about last week, you all had come across multiple ships engaged together as you're floating through, as you're running through the ethereal plane toward the Radiant Citadel. As you came upon it, there was, you guys decided to join in. Some of you joining in on multiple fronts, doing damage to both what you came to know as the Slade ships with their gravitron pulses and whatnot. And what appears to be a research vessel that's more traditional, and in this case is currently dilapidated, but not in-game. And so it has taken damage in-game, and you did see, you can see from your ship. So these are just there at this point representatively as we tell the story. I don't know that they'll be useful props at this point, but they might be. We'll see. So.
Yeah, we're gonna start PvP right now.
Yeah, so so the two chaos vessels are sort of gently floating in space, and they're traveling ever so slightly or spinning ever so slightly at this current point in time with no control, no one to control them.
Did any creatures die on the ships?
So we,
I killed a few.
Are they still? Did their bodies like disintegrate?
So the Slades are, a couple of them are around, like you can see a few of their bodies, but they have, I think what you saw was the energy kind of escaping into the ethereal.
So their bodies aren't actually
But
there?
the bodies are,
Bodies
it's
are.
it's almost like the soul or
I don't care
whatever
about
it
that.
was, yeah. So the physical bodies, yes, are still there.
How many?
There should have been, the ones that didn't just get annihilated, we had, there's actually a strain, oh wait, no, some of them teleported away. So one should stay alive. So you should have, Yeah, so the Death Slade and the Gray Slade both teleported away because that was Enrique and Josh's character, and one of them took a couple. I believe it was 2 reds teleported away.
I actually made a build.
Yeah, and one. Yeah, the Black Slade takes a green and 2 reds away. So that means there are 2 blue Slade toad-like creature bodies. And a red one and a green one kind of lying about across the various ships.
How far away are we from the Citadel? Or where are we heading?
You had only traveled for about 4 hours. You know it usually takes 24 hours to travel anywhere in the ethereal plane because it's really more a matter of like willpower when you're traveling. And so yeah, you're still a good ways out. And then the spacing on the ships right now is you guys are basically right up against the 2 chaos vessels and about 40-ish feet, 30 to 40 feet away from the research vessel.
Who's still on the ship with me?
Yeah, I believe it was Giblet, you, and the Duke.
Well, obviously I'll be able to convince Giblet.
But hey, that's what I get for getting Park Shadow back to back and getting eyes
Keep
on
those bodies.
I got eyes not on my first.
So
For what purpose?
I'm on the research vessel right now.
Yeah, you had made it to the research vessel on the front.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna.
As long as it doesn't confuse me, I don't care.
I mean, I don't know where we'll keep them. Might start to move a smell from the bodies.
I can't swim.
Oh yeah,
did you say I can't swim?
he's a
Smell.
skeleton.
Well,
Yeah.
keep them wherever. The rotting bodies won't bother me.
Fantastic.
The other, so you all were, so you 2 and Giblet were on the main vessel.
Yeah. Giblet's fine with keeping the bodies, I'm sure.
And then Garen and Braden were out. Were you you were on the research vessel? Garen, were you on the chaos vessel? Is that what it was? So Braden, with you being on the research vessel, you can hear the kind of mutterings and gasps coming from the Aarakocra, who's back in the back of the vessel, only about 25-ish feet, 20 feet away from where you're at. As well as he seems to be trying to revive multiple of his crew.
Oh, yeah, I can do stuff about that. Well, shit. Is anybody dead?
There
Is
are
anybody
at
not
least
dead? I mean,
hold on a minute. There is a what appears to be a human who is wearing light armor and who's still alive, and there's actually I think the Aarakocra is not the one muttering, it's the gnomish artificer. So there are 2 people alive and 2 people dead.
are they like dead or down?
Down. So from your perspective, you see 2 bodies that are not moving, or are, and it looks like there's a gnomish, kind of sciencey looking person with some goggles on her head, and she seems to be trying to revive them currently.
Okay.
If I'm remembering, if I'm taking my notes right.
I'm gonna go over, touch both of the down bodies.
Don't. Who are
Relax,
you?
relax. And I lay on hands, both of them for 4 hit points. So 4 each.
A half elf for one of them comes back to life, and then the Aarakocra, I think, was the other one who had been down halfway most of the time. So the Aarakocra chirps, kind of chitters his beak a little bit.
I was streaming last night.
And kind of go into active mode, immediately grabbing for weapons wherever they are.
You're good. They're all taken care of.
Who's the creatures that have been chasing us for days?
Killed them all. You're good. You're welcome. I'm amazing, I know.
I'm
And
If you try to log in, there's even
bees or locusts or whatever they are?
Then there's
those gone?
from the witness.
I think Giblet dropped that spell, right?
Yep.
You don't know that.
Oh yeah, those are gone. I don't know where those came from.
And the poison cloud's been. That's,
That was
everyone
definitely those frog
Crew,
eggs.
you're all right?
And then.
I'm sorry?
And then.
That was definitely the toad creatures, whatever they were.
They're Slade or Slotty.
Slotty.
Yes.
Alright, Slotty.
Don't. I forgot that I had said I needed to do a different type of character when I accidentally made him curse in the middle of battle. It's too late now, okay? And this is the one I landed with in that moment. Anyways, so, crew, are you alright? Is everyone alive?
Is there anybody else?
Oh yeah.
Elia,
I love
come here.
I love
Jordan?
I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so
Right. Oh, okay.
Just the three of you?
The four total.
Four total?
Hello, my name is Talon Severwing.
Mike, Ale.
Good to meet you, Mr. Ale.
Good to meet you.
I'm gonna start calling you that from now on.
Mr.
Mr.
Ale.
Ale.
Yes.
It goes pretty hard, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
We should open up a tavern.
That's what I was gonna say. If I met like
Call
a
it Mike's Ale.
Mike's Ale.
Listen, okay, we're scrapping the whole campaign. We're gonna go set up a tavern in the Radiant Citadel.
yeah,
Mike
My
is
character
Ale.
Yeah.
So that's going to be chapter 2 of Dragon Heist. It's going to be everything.
Yeah.
With the slogan on all the napkins, what ails you?
oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say if I met like a bartender and he was like, "Yeah, my last name is Ale. I'm Mr. Ale," I'd be like,
And you have the perfect job.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like if I like became like a librarian or something.
A doctor.
Doctor.
Their name was some weird spelling of doctor. Their last name was some weird spelling of
I
doctor.
think doctor is like a last name.
You remember Gravity Falls? When Stan hastily writes a note from Dr. Medicine. Well, can't argue with Dr. Medicine.
I should buy like a doctor.
So-
I never have to call me Dr. Payne. That's how it works, right?
That's why you get a PhD, right?
Well, I'm not smart enough to get a PhD.
No,
You
that's
don't
when
have to be
become a
smart. You just have to be hardworking and critically thinking.
I'm
At
one
a
of
minimum.
those. I'd say I'm critically thinking.
Also,
Hard work.
I would.
Neither.
Yeah, the I'm not smart is arguably not true as well. So, I mean, I haven't seen your grades,
I didn't
but,
mean it.
Alright,
but if
so
you're winning at Magic the Gathering regularly,
After fucking girl knock.
well, that just means she's smarter than you. That doesn't
Exactly.
make you dumb.
I'm
Yeah.
not that smart. I'm really stupid.
Yeah, see?
What does that say
See
for
if
you?
I'm comparing to the not very smart person.
whenever I
You're smarter than
my
me.
deck,
No, I'm not.
So,
Anyway, yeah.
end self-deprecation scene now. Before I join in.
Same.
They gave me a PhD, Max. What does that tell you?
So could I investigate the gravitron machines, or is something going
it
on?
would be more than investigation. Well, tell me what you're looking for.
Alright, I'll be honest. I just want to learn how to replicate it.
Okay, so that is
I
more...
want to learn the blueprints.
Okay, so intelligence-based check, which I guess investigation is technically. So you can do that or whatever your Arcana Artificer check would be, because that's really what you're looking at the magic and
So
materials, right?
would Tinker's tools be a okay? Anyone got extra dice?
What do you need?
D20.
Do you have no dice?
I lost them again.
Okay,
well, I feel
always have
awful.
at least 5 spare over here. Okay. And you know what? I need a set too, so why don't you grab one? I forgot. A DM doesn't need to.
I'm gonna use this time to
You know what? Yeah, you can just
ritually
make up
cast Find
the
Familiar.
results. Who needs dice?
Bring Olivia back.
Olivia! Okay.
Guys, how long can you do before Olivia leaves me?
How hard would it be to get over to like the skiff?
You can get to the. Is that the research vessel?
Yeah.
It's only about 30 feet. You can, with your dexterity, you can kind of hop along the chaos vessels and get there
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head on.
without.
Bring a body back for me.
You get your own bodies.
Just one.
Which
Just
one are you
back.
on in Inverse?
I don't remember.
Inverse was.
I think
I
you're
think it was on the
I
bigger
can carry
one.
your body.
Yeah, I think you were on the big one.
I'm gonna
I've
hop
been
on
making
to the
screens
smaller one.
before.
Okay, because you've taken care of this crew and you're
Try
like,
body.
you guys just, do you say anything to them or do you just like heal
They're your body.
and then peace out? Like you don't say anything yet, you just turn around and walk away?
That's not true. What if you lose another arm?
you guys want to tie up to our ship over here? We can like compare notes and take care of you guys a little bit. Maybe travel together safely, a little safer.
That sounds reasonable at this point.
Yeah.
We're but that's a long story. Maybe over a meal. Okay. Give us a moment.
Absolutely. I'm gonna hop over to small.
All right, so you leave them on their kind of at the bottom end of their ship. While you're on there, just for the sake of making sure it's clear, their ship has what seems to be 2 decks, and there seems to be like a pass through on either side. So it's almost like a catwalk across the whole center is one of the decks, and then they have a lower deck. Yeah, that's sort of how it works.
Okay.
Cool. And so you jump back over to the Gravitron where he is apparently trying to do some things.
Puzzling.
He's on the big one. I'm gonna go to the small one.
Okay. So what was your roll?
You want the dice or the total result?
Either one would be fine, unless, I mean, if there's something noteworthy you'd like to share.
I'm wondering if I've got enough bonus to where it doesn't matter.
That you got a nat 1?
Yeah, because natural ones don't apply to. They only apply to attack rolls, so I could still succeed
For
this.
some people. No,
Oh.
so I'm just like,
I'm in
just
trouble.
messing
I'm
with
in trouble.
you. Tell me what your total is.
14,
Okay.
but
So
knowledge from
roll.
past life.
So okay, give me the.
Sorry, I'll move this.
And let's make sure we wipe the dice off now that
I will.
taco tomato sauce.
Yummy.
Actually,
17.
while people are standing, do they want to just throw away the trash?
I hope my team's
I would, but I'm on the other side of the table.
So here's a dice tray for you.
Formerly known as a plate.
I'm just like really far away.
And since I don't need him for combat, I'm gonna use a flash of genius too, because that's a reaction.
Okay, you're reacting to your struggle.
Yeah, did I fail?
Root was a fucking.
Oh
Is
no,
the
whenever
reaction-
I make the check. Whenever I make a check, so I don't need to fail to use it.
Okay. So
So
tell
that's
me what the
plus
total
5.
is and roll a percentile die based on the nat 1.
Okay.
Because you could learn something, but that doesn't mean that's not all you do.
Even though I was trying to help a friend get his.
8 plus 14. 22.
Okay.
I got a
so you rolled
22 from a nat 1.
That's pretty good.
That's some Goldman type shit.
Alright, so you're gonna learn a whole lot about this thing,
But I might break it in the
but
process.
how you learned with the nat 1 originating percentile die.
31.
You had a 90. Okay, yeah. I was gonna give you 90. 0 to 90 was gonna cause an effect. So this is okay.
One of the only other things that I accidentally.
Wait, what
So,
I'm pretty sure one of the seasonal.
22.
I think.
Knowledge from past life, flash of genius, expertise.
Dang.
So first, the immediate reaction is not the learning. So you pulled out your tinker's tools, right? And you were, you had approached,
Dismantling, I guess.
you had approached this, what appeared to be swirling massive energy that it almost looked, it had things that looked like solar flares that would come off of it every now and then it would come back together. There was this very amorphous and irregular movement to it as it spins around itself, kind of gyroscopy. And you got your tinker's tools out. And you're like, well, it seems like you're a high intelligence character. So as you're doing this, you're like, maybe if and as you do something, you somehow manage to create some sort of arc of energy through yourself. If everyone would roll a d20 for me.
I spent the rest of my 6,000.
I did something.
And I need Braden too as well. And you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Braden, roll a d20 for me.
Also, man, whoever at Bungie made it so you can't dismantle
10.
the little
Okay, so we got 10,
seasonable witch. Yeah,
18,
8. It's that
Total.
99.
10 plus 8, 18.
17.
35.
I wish you were very
16.
45 plus 6 is 51. You're taking 51 damage. 51.
It's okay, I've got advantage on death saves because I'm a
no,
reborn. Oh, and it doesn't matter.
I was going to say, I don't think we quite tap you out there.
Okay. How much again? 51?
It's 51. Half of it, 25 is force damage, 26 is
I'm not doing myself any favors.
Fire?
Bunch of
No.
Radiant?
like junk that.
It's electricity.
Lightning.
Yeah, so half force, half lightning, basically.
You could always just say zappy damage.
Zappy damage. And roll a d4 as you inadvertently trigger.
2.
Okay.
Also,
No.
And
Say my
one last one.
to get.
Not of that.
No,
No.
it's not that
So we are gonna. So it is going to cause a gravitron pulse, which all of you are going to have to roll for.
Is this gonna interrupt my
Potentially.
casting?
I don't
I've
know.
got
But
compulsive
roll a d12 because the range on the gravitron pulse is usually 120 feet, so it's 10 times whatever you roll.
8. And then it turned to 7.
So everything's within 80 feet. So everybody make a dex save.
I have a natural 19.
If I'm in the middle of casting.
I remember spending 95 hours.
What was your save?
Well, I haven't rolled yet.
That's a story.
So roll it.
Okay.
That's a good thing. Like you shouldn't be spending 95 hours in one activity.
So I think before it had to be 12, if it were 12 or lower. So it has to be 13 or higher to save.
Oh, 17.
Okay. So your casting doesn't get messed up.
Let's go.
It's like I think you were kind of tucked a little bit toward a wall at one point, and so.
I was, yes, because I'd already gotten thrown to the wall.
Yeah, so you're kind of you're gonna get thrown, but or you're gonna feel it, but you're kind of supported by the wall already, so you're fine. Did anybody roll
Sitting there
12 or
casting
lower?
like I hate these
Yeah.
girls.
You do have to roll.
Data watching all these old guns get
I got a 10.
Okay, and then everybody roll for the crew of the research vessel.
Oh god.
I got a 3.
Okay.
3 buddies.
I got a 12.
Okay.
If it's plus anything, though.
So the 12 is going to go to the Aarakocra, so the captain manages to stay footed. All the other 3 who had under 5 hit points are going to get thrown.
Oh dear, I caused something.
But I don't think, hold on, I have to think where they're at. But they're not going to get thrown 20 feet because the ship's not big enough for that. So they just get knocked off their feet, thankfully. They don't have 20 feet to be pushed in the first place. If they were on your ship, actually, and I need 2 more rolls for the 2 crew members that were on top.
Oh dear.
Not
Not 20.
Oh, I dropped the time.
Okay, so the elf flies.
Off the ship.
What was? Well, never mind. So the elf flies. Roll a d4.
Is this for direction?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. They're gonna fly into the other captain's quarters, or the other wall for the second mate's quarters there. So they are gonna take 2d6. Why don't you roll that for them?
Who rolls?
And either you or Matt. So as long as somebody does it.
Got a
5. 5 buddies.
Okay.
10 damage.
Cool. So they don't die, but they're but one of the elves is thrown against a wall and seems to potentially definitely like not getting up quickly. Like
My apologies, everyone. I hope it didn't cause any serious damage, but I do think I got some things figured out. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, I think I'm getting off track.
you're hearing
Sorry.
a shout from the other ship. Okay, so that happens, and both of the ships also are pulled toward a little bit more. Like you guys are already pushed up against it, so there's a little bit of grinding as the ships get pressed into the chaos ships.
Oh dear.
So, hijinks, as they are. You do manage to learn a little bit about the Gravitron pulse engine. I can give you more specific details later.
Okay.
But with a 22, even with a nat 1,
I apologize.
it is not. It's a little bit. It seemed like a foreign technology, but as you put together what you knew about the Slotty and the chaos and the plane of limbo, one of the chaos planes that they come from, it gave you a little bit of a better understanding of how all these things fit together. So and especially with that jolt of realization,
I should not do that again.
you get a sense of how you get the sense that if someone wanted to, they could multiple people can attune to this and control the gravitron pulse.
That sounds fun.
I'm just gonna try to will the ship forward because I know that's how our ship works.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just see a big cool machine and I want to try to pilot it.
Okay. Talk me through how mentally this willing the ship forward. Like what? Talk me through what your characters like. What are the steps that your character think counts as piloting this? Knowing what you know. So and also, yeah, tell me first, and then we'll have you make a check.
So I don't know. I'd find a good flat area, maybe something I can hold on to.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like focus my mind. Like think about the ship in my head
Okay.
relative to at least everything else around, and just imagine it moving like around this way.
Okay.
Like assuming the ships are just like this. And I'm imagining
Like into its own space, so it's not quite so jammed
close.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any like vessel proficiencies or anything like that?
Your proficiency in
this
space
character.
vehicles.
Okay, and so anything with animal handling proficiencies?
Nope.
Ship is an animal.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Jackie's face on that.
David
What's the implication of that?
That it could be more
had,
than
living
just
creature.
metal.
yeah, David had land and water vehicles.
Aw, if only he hadn't been swapped out.
I very much enjoyed
Yeah, no, it's okay.
the 3 crits I got.
You don't want triple advantage?
I have triple advantage.
Excel?
I built upon the triple advantage to make it better.
So, roll a d20, start there.
What I collected first.
And this is going to be
Why is he rolling good? I don't like that.
16.
Next step's gonna be
16? Okay.
11.
And remind me what Paladin and Warlock?
Paladin, Warlock, Fighter, yeah.
Okay.
See, what are
Give me one more.
Okay.
No, there's number 10. At least the 11 is worth it.
You guys weren't joking that this Baja Blast stuff is actually really good.
I want to try one.
I had never had it before this.
nectar.
You're gonna get Greg addicted to Baja Blast.
I mean, it's not going to beat coffee, but it's a nice, refreshing kind of thing. Which, by the way, there is stuff to brew coffee the next time we want. Like, I have coffee here, so if anybody ever wants to do that, we can. Yeah, because I brought coffee. You alright?
Yep.
All good? Okay. So, traditionally, steering a ship would probably be navigation and survival oriented.
I have survival.
So if you want to make a survival check, you can. I would also allow for religion or those are probably the two.
Well, religion's gonna be nothing, and survival's +6, so let's go with this.
Okay. So, roll roll a d6. Okay. The ship slowly inches 10 feet forward. But success.
Guys, I'm doing it. I'm moving so fast.
That's quite impressive. I've never piloted one of these before. You should. Wow.
What's our half-orc's name? I forgot.
Groff
Groff.
Arbog, and I'm rolling. I'm trying to see if he.
I thought Rock was a hobgoblin.
I thought it was a bugbear.
I also.
It was bugbear or hobgoblin?
I thought it was a half-orc.
You know what?
No,
We have
no,
had
no.
this before. There was a question of hobgoblin versus half orc, and and
Your
I may
AI
have said
art-
both.
I
Your
also
AI
thought he was a
art
bugbear.
is
It was Bugbear or
Yes.
Hobgoblin. It was definitely one of those.
No, he definitely
I-
half orc.
No,
So-
he was 100%.
So here's the
not
thing:
half-orc.
my AI
I-
art was half orc, which was an error on my part. I remember now.
Okay.
I don't
So
have
that
my
was
notes
one
on me, but in my notes I do have what species.
When I used the
I might have
character's
it
name
written
in
down
another
somewhere.
campaign, he was a hobgoblin, but I think I changed him to a bugbear for this one.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I have not maintained consistency over 9 months, and that's on me. Because I did not always see him in my mind as a bugbear. So he is officially, just to clear the air of my mistakes, your Groth Arbog is a bugbear.
Alright.
Or half bugbear.
What's the other half?
Hard to tell.
Orc.
You know what? Yes. Half bugbear, half orc, because that does make things easier and more consistent.
Everyone's right.
Groth. Groth. Look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm moving.
Oh, look at you! You got the ship moving there. That's Boston. That's not right.
His accent
Hey, I'm
changes
walking
just
here.
like his race.
Do what?
His accent changes just like his race.
I deserve that. Oh. What's my Joyce?
I'm walking here.
It's just, yeah, I'm walking it. Yeah. Oh, nice work you got there. It's a borderline one for me. Okay. Hey, try and try and picture the ship. Try and picture the path of the ship. The destination's more important than the. So
It's
rather
not
than thinking
the
about
it's
the
about
route,
destination.
think about the destination. And while the journey comes before the destination,
about
like
the
that
first,
famous
it's about the
philosopher
destination.
Brandon Sanderson says, it's important when you're guiding a ship like this, you gotta think about where you're going more than how you get there.
Oh, like Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look at it, you might miss something.
Who are all these people?
Favorite play.
Okay.
I've seen that. Quite good.
So,
Different
so he shouts that out.
I've seen it.
Ah, yeah. Alright.
But
So, he said imagine the destination or
He's
imagine the journey?
Picture,
Destination.
he's like, the journey, not the, when you
Journey
gotta
doesn't
think about where you're going. Imagine the ship there, like at the destination,
Nobody's on this dog
like already there.
other than you guys.
I'm going to imagine
I mean,
the destination as being, port side on the ship. So we
it's
can.
gonna crash through it.
Not my goal.
Go through it.
Maybe like destination to be front of the ship, and then the destination to be inside of the ship.
So in your mind, you're kind of thinking of like waypoints.
Yes.
Okay, you can roll with advantage, do the same thing.
You want me to roll a d6 this time or no?
The d6 was for distance, let's see what you get first. Because you have to be successful first.
Natural 19. Did you want to add survival or no?
Survival's the, yeah.
Yes, 20.
25?
Wanna
So
roll
this,
again, see
this
if you get
time roll a d8.
Yeah, I managed. Another 19. Okay.
Nice. It was meant to be. So this time roll a d8.
Stone stairs that lead up.
Did you get a 1?
Somehow
Alright.
built stone stairs in this forest area.
Good. You know, it takes practice. There's a reason that I got 2 dedicated guys for this thing. So don't feel, just keep working at it, kid.
If you want, once I finish my research, I can help you.
Isn't it like
He says with
with
his hair,
I got this.
Oh, by which of course he's taken his mask off, so I don't know if your character has seen
Oh,
him
yeah.
maskless.
That's right. I know I have it.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back.
And my character's gonna
it's not like
push off again, cast Featherfall again, and go back to retrieve his mask.
Somehow elves always incorporate.
I'm old. What's your point? Well, it's not the first dead person we've ever seen. Sure.
Yeah, but you're like fancy dead. He's like a rotting corpse walking dead.
You've never seen a zombie? You must not get around a lot.
I kill zombies.
Well then, he's a zombie. I don't see your
Don't kill
point.
me, please. I'm nice. Hopefully.
You don't know if you're nice or not?
Well, everyone has bad days. My bad days are no worse than anyone else's. I want to clarify that.
Like I don't eat brains. I don't.
And what is Jackie and or what's Oz and the Duke doing while all this is happening?
Well, he left, didn't he?
I was gonna head over to the research ship.
Okay.
I was resummoning Olivia, so as long as that takes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Max, what is the good Duke as he goes over to the research?
I'm gonna look for like whatever captain or whatever. Cause you spoke on this, right?
Yeah, I spoke to them.
So you see,
Whoever looks like they're in charge. Whoever has the largest hat. That's how captain is decided.
you see an Aarakocra over there, giving out a variety of instructions. There's a lot of, there's a stability into his voice, but also a lot of compassion.
An Aarakocra and a what?
An Aarakocra is what you're seeing, giving out instructions. You can also see he'll talk at one point to a gnomish person who looks kind of like a researcher, has
The streets are
has the
paved with gold.
steampunk goggles thing, or lab goggles, whatever, something like that. And then you'll see a half elf and a human who look in much worse shape. They definitely are, as you're kind of seeing them go about, like they're putting things back in order and that sort of thing. They seem to be doing some cleanup and checking some systems or whatever. One of them has a series of small daggers down their front right thigh, like 6 in a row, and then another has a lead that has snapped strings on it, kind of over his shoulder,
Okay.
over her shoulder.
How damaged is the ship?
Make a
Sinking, man, can't you see?
It's moving.
Some people would say
Ye-
A little bit proven.
it's been make an investigation, or if you're going to be kind of looking in detail or like fiddling with things, make an investigation. If you're just trying to see what you see, then do perception.
I'll do investigation. Nat 20 plus 10. That's pretty good. Yeah.
You guys do see signs leading
So, you can see that there are a variety of
like some pointing to the market,
damage
some pointing
marks
to,
as you're
like,
in the process of boarding.
also a farmer's
So you're
market
taking some
in the
time
opposite
to
direction.
really look and like
yeah,
it's kind of kick at things as you kind of go by. Like is that whole
About to fall down.
Yeah, it's
I
like
knock
is
it
this
down.
safe? That kind of thing.
The others more.
And so you see a lot
like,
of superficial
material
damage.
goods, like
From what you can tell,
maybe
none of the
rust,
major systems seem to be broken,
whatever.
but there is a lot of surface
Oh, yeah, everything that.
surface damage. So it'd be like if it were a person, it would be like someone who doesn't have any mortal injuries, but has like
one side
bunch of tattoos.
like someone hit them with a bunch of sticks and brambles, and they'd be crawling through thorns or
That's
something.
where usually where the hunting hunters.
Okay, I'll
And then the
after I guess I look around, I'm gonna approach whoever
yeah,
looks like they're in charge, whether it be the Aarakocra or the gnome.
You know, some
Okay. Neither of them seem to notice you if as you walk up. They seem to be really.
Yeah.
They're moving very slowly and trying to like put things in order.
I got
Just-
basketball by now. Like, did I reach it? Okay.
If you
There was a lot happening. So
Okay. Like, has it happened?
this is kind of all happening at the same time.
Okay.
we're just
Let's go see if there's a map place, yeah.
Okay, which one are
Yeah,
doing
no,
the
don't worry
actual,
about it.
like, artisan?
If we want a map, we probably have to go to the, we probably have to go to the everything but.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
Who,
guys go to the
are you with the other-
everything but food.
Yeah, so Duke
Or
Goldman.
the
I give him like a little handshake.
You, first mate Talon.
Unfortunately,
Is this the
no,
Aarakocra?
but-
Yes.
It's a very convincing cargo reference.
Talon
Yeah,
Silverwing.
it's as
Um,
close as
who-
possibly
first
can
mate,
be,
who's your
you
captain?
know, one of a kind,
Well,
you know.
she's dead.
capital.
Some
Modern
just-
art.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
She
You know, you could hang
Well, the
out
short
in
version
your
is
house.
we've been traveling for a few days here and struggling to really make headway
So
through
they can take
through
it.
whatever this place is. we had come through. Those creatures followed us, and our captain, she used some sort of magic to shift us from the plane of limbo to get the whole ship here. And unfortunately, the release of the magical energies of here
I only build my sculptures using realistic,
left us without her.
close to life, authentic.
What were you doing?
Like it was meticulous.
Well, we're primarily researching. We were researching the chaos plane. There's a lot to it, and also I'm only an assistant. I'm her assistant, so I know of some of it, but there's just a lot to it.
Is there anyone who would know more than you do still on board, still alive?
No, I'm
Holy shit.
even
Wow,
Greta.
that's crazy.
Even Greta, who was, she has her specialization. She's the other a research assistant, but she was primarily here to maintain the this vessel itself.
Yeah, yes.
Well, sure. Has any else of our crew came over and talked to you yet?
Just that the Mr. Adel gentleman.
Yeah, let's go get it. Let's go get.
Surprisingly, it's not hard to do this accent with food in my mouth. I'm not sure I have food.
Okay, let's go get like 7.
Anyways.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Errol, what did he tell to you? What did he offer you anything? Assistance is what I mean.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Forgot the word for it.
I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to be?
Math anchor.
Oh, also, while I was investigating the ship, the crossbow ballista thing on the back, like the turret gun, did that have any damage on it?
You just see like.
Okay, that was still in working order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sort of signs.
It's so convenient that
Yeah, that appeared functional. I rolled an insight on the captain, or on the first mate.
Given passage.
So
Yeah, so
very
it's
low.
still-
Doesn't even think about it.
Still in working order?
Yes, it is. And I said, well, he brought these two back. They were struggling for life, gasping for. I think. Well, Elia may still have a bit of blood trickling down her face, from punctured lung or something that seems to have healed.
Quite, yes. Well, again,
He mentioned possibly like
looking for
connecting the ships and
we need
helping us
some
drag whatever you're going, stay together as a cluster somehow. I'm not sure.
yes, we are heading to the Radiant Citadel. I'm sure you could get repairs there.
We're not quite sure what's happening with our vessel. Somehow those creatures were able to stay apace with us, and even no matter how hard we pushed our engines, they didn't seem to be working like we're used to them working.
Yes, this whole do you know where you are? Are you?
Not really.
Well, we're in the ethereal plane.
The ethereal plane.
Yes, that's quite why your engines weren't working.
That explains a little bit about the floatiness.
Yes. And nothing else around. If you hadn't noticed.
The first day we did see some. It seemed like flying displacer beasts, but they were off in the distance. But
Can I roll something to see if I know what they're talking about?
Sure. Do nature or history?
I'll do history.
I'm not sure displacers beasts count as nature, but yeah.
26.
Yeah, you know what a displacer beast is.
Well, yeah, not that. I was like wondering if there's anything like.
I mean, okay.
How do I describe it? It's like when someone like just says something like. How do I describe it? You know what I mean? No, you don't.
I'm sure yelling at Jackie will make her know what you mean better, though.
So like, obviously I know displacer beasts aren't going to be flying around the ethereal plane.
Oh, so
it's
that
more
was
like,
more of a like, how does, okay.
It's more like, do I know what they actually saw?
Okay, so,
Sorry, I didn't know how to explain it.
So that was, yeah, so to him, like, that's all you get, and you get the sense that they are displacer beasts, but somehow when they're on the ethereal plane, much like the phase spiders had that sort of electrical netting that helped them float through and toward your ship,
Something else.
they must have something like that.
So it was Displacer Beast.
So
Or like,
technically I should probably have you do an insight check, but actually this is history, and it was a high enough roll, so you've actually, this means you've experienced it. So you, at some
I've
point
read
in
about
your
them.
experience, or you've read about it, that when the Displacer Beasts, let me make sure I'm gonna pull this up real fast just so I don't mess anything up. I like staying within the lore. I don't know, it makes me feel good. That while on the material plane, Displacer Beasts usually use those tentacles they have as weapons. You imagine that there could be something about them, the way they spread or are used along with their tail, that creates some sort of
like propeller.
maybe I was thinking more of like a parasail, like some sort of energy parasail behind them between the two displacer tentacles and the tail.
Okay.
So so you've heard stories of almost like a parasail-like energy that they use.
I wonder if I could pull another Jedi mind.
What was I talking to him about? Oh yeah. Yes. Well, the ethereal plane traveling the way you normally do doesn't work there.
How does it work if it's not about the engines or anything? You
You
mean?
kind of just need to,
Greta, come hear this.
from what I understand, you just kind of need to imagine it and you get there. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. I let the rest of them do it. It's not my job.
Mumbo jumbo.
And you, Greta, gnomish artificer, as she gets closer, you get a sense
That's
of.
enough for like.
Could you? What do you mean by imagine?
Just imagine. You imagine where you want to go and poof, end up there at some point.
No, like
So like travel by visualization.
They were pouring the lava into it.
I guess I've never tried it. Again, this is just. It makes no sense to me either.
Are you the pilot of your ship?
No, oh, God. I leave that to that.
Could you point me to him or her or them?
Oh yes. If you just go on board, talk to our first mate, Groth. He's the hobgoblin, bugbear, half-orc, one of those.
I think we've officially
Bugbear.
established bugbear.
He's the bugbear on board.
Yeah. Twice removed on my mother's side.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, that might help. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, your ship looks like it's taken some damage, and
Yeah, they've been nickel and diming us for near on 2 days.
a shame. We could take you to the nearest port, although it would cost you.
Who's the god of knowledge here?
Perhaps we have something that you might find useful, but that Mike Eld fellow already started, I think, connecting us. So he didn't mention anything about pay. And,
Yes, Mike's not about that.
You're the accountant.
So I'm the money man of the ship. Do you want me to roll like persuasion or something?
Deception.
It's not a deception.
Who put you in charge of finances?
yeah,
My name's Goldman.
I was gonna say, I mean, listen.
My money, my family were
Do
financers.
a raw charisma check.
Just charisma?
Can you just give me a Riz check real fast?
11.
His insight's at a 16 plus whatever, plus his 3 bonus. So yeah, 19. Well, if you're wanting to barter after saving us from from this fate, I can certainly understand you being in a prime position to do that. However, I don't know that that's the sort of thing an honorable gentleman like yourself would want to do.
I'm afraid. Listen.
I'm afraid. Listen.
I'm afraid to tell
Look,
you
if you're
that.
scared, I understand. Those things scared us for 2 days. But you look like you can handle yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm not. Believe me.
You start threatening him.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion or deception.
I'm not afraid of
I
those
know
guys.
you're not. Make a persuasion check.
21.
Yeah, he's like, he believes you that you're not afraid. I just figured I'd play with that one a little bit, just in case.
Like 1/10.
You're right. We have saved you from this sorry fate that nearly ended up upon you and your crew.
The good, bad,
And
man.
we are willing to give you passage wherever you may need. However,
Okay,
you're not pirates.
Well, we're definitely at your mercy, and if you know, we can. I think if you give us some time to get things settled here, I can come and work out. We can do a full-on negotiation, but I'm just not. I think I need a minute if you're willing to be patient with me.
So far we've broken maps down.
We're still trying. We're still in the process of not dying.
Yes, no, I'm well aware, but
But
in negotiation, the second we begin
There are some good and bad.
bringing you along with us, why we lose the upper hand in our negotiation.
Well, I certainly understand your position, and I will agree to before we move anywhere. I'll agree to work out some terms. But once I, stop the blood from flowing from my arm and
Is he bleeding?
and my leg,
So
you
those
can.
It's like
do a
blood
medicine
flowing right
check.
now?
So this shop owner or whoever.
What's my medicine? Baptist medicine.
What-
Great. I don't have any blood.
You're like, you don't know anything. Yeah, you don't know anything about birds. You just isn't that how their wings always look?
They're always red.
Yeah. So you just you can't tell. You basically can't tell his natural coloring versus some of that stuff.
What is his natural?
Yeah, it's like
In this case,
Jonathan.
what?
It's Jonathan.
From the D&D
It's not
movie.
actually Jonathan. I made that joke, I think, or somebody you might have, but it's not. Jonathan. So my girls love that part for the record. Gets a giggle every time. So, yeah.
Religion.
Um,
From the god of maps.
This one is going to be.
16.
It's going to be a house fish. I believe the male ones are the ones with some red cresting on them.
Okay, is it?
I think I'm saying that right.
Do you want it to go strictly to you, or
Not
to
to
me?
me, to my realm.
I
Yeah.
will say.
Oh yeah, there's one with red cresting on it.
Yeah.
That's why I can't tell if he's bleeding. He's red.
Let me see the picture just so I. Yeah. Okay. So and he is clothed like he has bared arms which are fairly muscular. Not muscular. Sorry. Toned. But he wears like the traditional like he's got like a leather jerkin with no sleeves basically, leather armor style.
Nope, that's a 7.
But yeah.
That's a
But
7.
with a 3 in medicine, you're like I don't.
That works. You know.
But he's like listing a few. He's like,
Discover the
once I
way
get this ear to stop ringing and the blood to stop flowing from a couple places, I'll make sure we.
We'll begin getting your ship prepared.
Okay. Roll me another.
Thank you for your kindness.
percentile.
So by this time, could
No,
I have
a D20
finally maneuvered this thing
how-
10 feet at a time over
So
to this side?
make one more survival check.
How fast is he moving?
So far, he's
If you
moved
get a
10
natural
feet at a time.
all of it will
10, but like how fast?
13.
10 feet per round, I think.
What was it? 13.
And then roll a
10 feet
d4.
or
I
6
will
seconds, I
say-
assume.
If you get a natural.
Which I mean, that's
20,
fair.
Okay.
That's
So
not-
Yeah, but I
you.
want to participate, but I want Olivia back.
So it's taking some time. It's not. It's not every 6 seconds that he's moving. It takes him a couple minutes. Like the dude had to have time to like cross a ship or two and get there and have a conversation. Inverse had to have time to fill with an engine. So you do end up making it over, but it takes a couple minutes. One might say 7 to 10,
Okay, wait.
whatever.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah. So altogether, 10 minutes has passed as you guys have had these
Yay.
conversations. Olivia's
I
back.
can play
The
games.
ship has moved to the other side.
I mean, I guess I could have gone.
But I need you to roll a d20 of damage as you do not park it well with a 13. So roll a d20 to see how much damage your ship takes.
Don't hope for that. This is our ship too.
For a ship combat, You guys really didn't have much. It was pseudo ship combat, I guess.
Oh,
7.
Alright, that's not
The
too
other
bad.
half will go.
It's also something I'm still learning to balance is the some of the ship stuff. Okay. Cool. So both ships take 7 damage.
Wait, did you hit the ship?
So he got a 13, which meant that he moved faster, but there was a little bit of grinding ship to ship when he was parking it, or whatever that's called, docking it against the other one.
Scratchy, you pay for it, you know that, right?
So yeah,
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm
for those on the main ship, so when Olivia comes back, you also see.
Hi, Meadow.
Howdy.
I'm on a break.
Do you want a taco?
I'm good.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Let's go. So the elves and the goblins will come up from beneath as you're doing this, and they will start they will be talking and discussing the two what's left of the ash piles of the goblin and the elf who were incinerated from.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's something that does happen, and then Olivia pops back.
Oh, okay.
And so you get Technicolor Rainbow Vision again.
Yay! Now in
I'm
Technicolor.
trying to steal their bargain for their list of thing on the back.
Okay, so they're talking about people who died.
See, I'm just gonna get
Is there anything interesting they're saying?
Okay, what about the
Make a perception or insight check.
Okay. Decide if I actually want to participate in that conversation or leave it. My insight is better than my perception. No, they're the same. That's fine.
So which one do you want?
Those are probably gonna get
Doesn't matter. It's a 6.
What about the map to your farm?
You're
Nothing interesting in that
you
conversation.
were it's like they're kind
my
of
wife. She
hard to read. They're definitely upset. But you also you're kind of just coming out of it from trying to summon Olivia, so you're not really invested in the conversation, and it seems halfway in.
Yeah, that's not my fault. I didn't know it that well.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's
Everybody else has already explored the other ships, right? Oh, right, I want a body.
It wasn't a terrible.
There's nothing.
Actually, since you're here, Giblet, you want to help me get some bodies?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, we can bring them back to the ship. We might have some uses for them. I get the feeling we might have similar uses for them.
So you
Like
do.
organs.
That is a great idea. I was hoping to harvest some
You
slide
can have the organs from them. Can I have the rest of it?
alchemical purposes. That would
Depends on what's the rest of it.
Bones.
So there are 2 slotty on the ship, one blue, one green.
Okay, cool. Well,
That
we
are
have
right
those.
there.
Okay. I'm gonna shout to the morning elves and goblins. Be like, don't get rid of these bodies here. I need those.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Roll a charisma check.
Just straight charisma. Let's see if
Persuasion, unless you're trying to intimidate.
Well,
that's gonna be a 25.
Cool. You actually speaking to them as one of their leaders and kind of giving them direction snaps them back into like work mode and like we can't mourn all day.
Wow,
With a
Oz
25?
Oz is so good.
So
Go get a broom, dust up the body.
Yeah, Oz is like Oz.
Why mourn the dead when you can
Yeah, they'll be like, wow, Oz really cares about our like emotions and stuff. Wow, what a good
we
boss.
just it's like really what it like we know like you've told us that Oz doesn't really care.
No, absolutely not.
But what they hear is Oz trying to refocus people away, and like she knows what we need, or they know what we need. So yeah, one of those.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course Oz knows what's
So,
and then we're gonna go get some bodies.
so Braun will ask, would you like us to help at all?
because I'm the
I'm not face to face.
Do you need? What can we do? We feel like we got up here too slow, and
Do I hear this?
what can we do?
Yes, that is true.
I'm sorry, we couldn't. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You know, it happens.
yeah,
Was the ship damaged at all?
Yeah.
It was damaged a little bit. You know, actually, as you think, it was. How bad was the ship damage? Like,
No, they're not. They're not.
Mike Ale is like scraping the side right there. So there was some cosmetic damage, nothing that was major.
Okay.
But there's some stuff that could be
Just a little more.
Yeah, I mean, if it's mostly cosmetic, I don't think Oz is particularly concerned about that. I also don't think Oz knows that much about ships. So Oz
actually,
is
yeah,
like,
you wouldn't know.
yeah, Oz is like, there's a scratch over there that might be important.
So I would say actually Oz doesn't know how much damage, but you know you were hit with something.
Yeah,
We don't do that
so
in this world, but
yeah, I think the foremost thing that needs to be done is probably repairs to the ship.
We
You know.
we can do that. And did you want these creatures stored somewhere? Do you want us to take them below deck? Do you want us to put them in the corner?
Do we want to like try and preserve? Like, we don't really need to preserve the bodies. We just want them kept safe so that you can harvest organs and I can have bones.
Good organs will preserve themselves, like Oliver.
That's
Oliver's
true.
still in his prime. So
That's true.
Do you want us to move them below deck, or do you want them up
Maybe, yeah,
above
get 'em
here?
out of the
we
way,
can
though.
put them in the cargo hold and.
yeah, put him in
The cargo hold is good, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Boys, come on. And
Thanks, guys.
he and the I think it was there's 5 of them, 4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he and the 3 that are left.
Yeah, and then the other bodies are like ash piles, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Straight up.
You know, I mean, I don't know what all we have storage-wise, but if you want to collect,
It does prevent it from being turned.
the fallen, you know, in some kind of like
I guess
container,
it's their
containers maybe. No, I don't know if they'd want to be like buried somewhere or something.
Yeah, the elfish leader will be like, we'll handle that. We've got some things.
Fantastic.
She's the older, like white-haired, platinum-haired lady.
Great. Sounds like everything is under control then.
We'll do what we can. Yes.
Great. We'll be back.
how fast just
Oz is so good.
Oh my god! Yeah!
10 minutes.
And I saved. So
And
Yeah,
then we're gonna get some
Are
bodies.
you still good, Meadow?
Oh, I
God.
think I want to cast Gentle Repose on one of the bodies. It preserves it.
They're ashes.
For the
No, the other ones.
the slotty or
Oh.
the slave?
Yeah, it can preserve it for 10 days.
And it prevents it from becoming undead.
And prevents them from becoming undead.
That's
Alright.
inconvenient for me, but you can
It's
do
only
that
one
to
of the
them.
bodies.
It's only
You
one.
can have
I'll
them.
do it to one of them.
That's
but
fine.
You can have the other one.
That's
The
fine.
blue or the
We'll
green?
split.
That
I gotta do green.
Okay.
Green probably has more magical properties.
Green's my favorite color.
Green.
Giblet's favorite color is green.
Okay. So gentle repose is cast on the green thing.
So is this
You
the
can make
map for
green
the
light.
photography map?
So
Yeah, the
Giblet.
lightning can be whatever color you want to.
Executed
This is
nothing about light.
this is made up. We're playing pretend.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
What is
Yeah, white
Inverse's
didn't-
favorite color?
Actually, the god of cartel.
Such a good question.
But his whole thing is.
Okay.
Inverse's
So-
favorite color is probably blue.
He just
But
So-
dark blue. Indigo.
So Braun and the 3 will pull the blue and green slate down to below deck
Cool.
to the cargo hold.
And you cast a gentle
And you-
repose on the.
I'll just go follow because I want to use it as a ritual cast, so it'll take like
Okay.
10 minutes.
So you're
Someone
kind
have to
And that
go.
way I can chill down there with my buddy.
I'm gonna have to go get the bodies by
And I
myself.
can sit and watch and not use any brain power.
I wanted
right
to use
now.
Giblet's non-negative strength score to haul bodies.
I mean, you can take some of the goblin guy. Or
Oh
goblin boys
yeah,
with you.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna snag a couple of them to come with me to carry other
Do
bodies.
you want the birthday boy?
No.
Does he look stronger than the others, or same amount of strength? Yeah, I'll take him.
I mean, he's a little younger than the rest.
That's fine. I don't care.
Okay. So you take 2 of them will go off with you.
Great.
While the other 2 stay with Giblet in case you need them.
Yes, I say,
In case they need anything.
I don't know that Oz has paid that much attention to any of them, so from their perspective, they're just like, yeah.
So,
Were you the one whose birthday we celebrated? Maybe.
so since you're going over to get the other bodies, right?
As many as I can.
So there was the blue and the green.
Because it's not specifically going.
No, okay, so
not all
there's
of the
one more
maps are
blue that
going
can be gotten,
to
Okay.
TBD.
and
So
there
some
is
of them are
one more
going to
red
go
that
to
can
the
be
actual
gotten.
god
Okay.
maps.
Yeah.
As
So,
in
do
cartography.
like a
So he's gonna be like.
do strength with
this
advantage
far,
because
I
they're
can
helping
do
you.
At least this, and then. You know,
Oh wait,
this is
I'm
just
participating?
one of
He'll
our
bring it up
funds.
in court later.
I have to
Yeah,
pick them up
it's
as
just
well?
Okay, fine. Do a do another
I've been
charisma
let a
check,
little
persuasion
bit of
check to
that
see
stuff.
kind of leadership.
And then
of the
there's
squ- of the-
all
of
these
this-
other
these two.
cities.
Okay.
Like, can you give them enough
This guy
direction?
gotta wait till Google Maps.
15.
Okay. And then let's see.
Yeah, basically.
I suppose I can help if you'd
One of
like.
them's a little
Oh, yeah,
harder
yeah.
listening, and
It
the
would just take
traveling from
about
ship to ship is a little
5 or so.
challenging.
Okay.
So they kind of like there's a bit of stumbling in, but the
Am I
other
gonna have to help?
the more mature one does. No, they're good.
Okay.
The average is fine, but between the three of you, you manage to get it. It just takes a while.
I get both bodies or
You
just
get
one?
you get a red and you get another
Blue.
blue. Is that what I said? Yeah.
Yay.
That's right.
Okay, so we have 4 bodies in total.
So below deck.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Below
Yes.
deck.
Yes, note that we have 4 bodies on board.
Was a little empty.
I'm trying.
One of them won't rot for 10 days though.
Yep, I do have that on there.
The other 3 will rot immediately.
So now you
I
have
feel like
4
we should
Slade, or Slotty, because I can't decide how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Bodies below deck of multiple colors.
I don't care
Make
about
a.
that part.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Me?
I will
Yeah.
roll.
Why?
Such a good
Surprise tool
question.
that'll help us later.
7.
And that'll be
Okay.
every,
Make an insight check.
every day.
What's gonna happen when I actually make them into skeletons? Then what?
Just,
Alright,
yeah,
10.
just kind of
Okay.
somewhere in
You feel a strange pinch at one point while you're kind of traveling and helping, kind of. Yeah, at one point, you have to kind of grab the leg and the because it seems like the goblins are stumbling with them, and you kind of grab one of the legs so it doesn't like pull them overboard. And you feel a strange like pinch in your arm as you do it.
That's fine. That makes
Oh,
sense.
actually, okay,
Those don't
okay,
go
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why I don't do field
Yeah,
work.
go up, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
Oz is dead.
Okay.
Oh, the dying isn't even the worst part.
Oz is fine with that.
Garen, do you have the list of names for those guys? I know you got them. I thought I told them to you, but I don't remember.
For the
Yeah.
goblin?
Yeah. For the goblin.
Listen,
I
if
don't
I
have my notes on me, but I have them all written down.
Again?
listen, if
Yeah.
I die, will you
I see.
bring me back as a zombie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Without you.
BA boy and.
I'm ambivalent.
Zombies.
I only have Snoff's name.
Oh, that's okay. That's
You
cool.
can't really
Snuff was not the one who died, right?
I hope not.
I don't know.
Yeah. Is Snuff the birthday boy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
That's
Yeah,
why I know
I
his
just couldn't
name.
remember.
I say I took the birthday boy with me
Covered in his whole
to,
body.
and they didn't.
And
know.
his uncle, Goblin number 2.
That was poorly.
Cool. Or not uncle. They're all brothers. I think we said.
I don't know, maybe.
Just
My
kidding.
character doesn't
Older
have.
brothers.
He didn't roll good enough on his nature check, so. Oh no.
Yep.
Powerless.
I'm sure Oz is.
Also, my tail was the other one.
Why did I use my portent dice?
Why did you?
Such a good question. You know, it's not uncommon. Almost every wizard I've played with who has portent dice inevitably forgets that they exist.
Okay, admittedly, so I write down my dice like kind of at like the bottom of the page, and I have like the bar that has like my page select at the bottom covering it, so I always forget I
I
have
think.
them.
Hold on. I got an idea.
It's fine, I didn't need them.
Like,
I
You
rolled.
didn't want the portent dice anymore.
Yeah, I rolled really well on Constitution and my insight.
We could call this a literal days of
Yeah, if I die, just
Zombie, you back.
yeah, bring me back.
Oh no,
as
we
a zombie.
can't.
Why not?
Let me check.
I
I
can't
had
say
these laminated, so this should work.
I want to come back as a zombie if I die though.
So what are your portent numbers for today?
Well, it's not like for today, it's for long rest.
Yes.
But right now they're 11 and 16.
it is, Spirit of the Dying is they
Alternate use.
five-ish, they have
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I forgot you made the turnout thing.
Yep.
um,
So make it face you, because I won't need to know what the numbers are. Make sure you can see the numbers.
We'll have to make sure our fan, Ty can see
Our
them.
biggest fan, our best friend.
Yeah. See, Ty, these are my numbers.
He's a really cool guy. Yeah, it was great.
I hope I never meet him.
You,
I think it's funnier this way.
I think you guys actually. I think you guys would have a blast with him.
No, I think it's funnier this way if we don't meet him.
I wanted to meet him though.
The
I
tie
didn't mean
that-
it, Ty. I'm sorry.
This episode will be called "The Tie That Binds."
It's pretty good.
And it has to do with the connections between the ships, of course. So, anyway, the latching. All right. So where were we? Who was doing what? So Giblet is
So I got
running a
everybody
ritual.
Yeah.
Mike
Your
Hale
ritual was
has
a drag more bodies
thudded
in.
into the so he's practicing ship mastery.
You're gonna have so many organs.
Okay.
He's so fun.
Inverse has been doing some sciencey learning. Are
Yes.
you putting this down in a journal or just kind of you've
Are
got
those Baja
good
Blast?
Do I
memory?
have a
Can I
journal?
give you one?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, it's not listed in my equipment, so
Max, will you bring me a water or a tea?
Got our maps and our rations.
Please, thank you.
Set our prayers.
What was that?
I don't have one listed in my equipment.
Okay.
Actually, do I?
That's what I'm asking.
You should have your equipment listed.
Well, no, I have my equipment listed, but like, do I have any paper at all whatsoever? Like, did I choose Scholar's Kit or Explorer's Kit?
So before I forget, while he's looking that up, Leala started putting in the stats for your characters. She realized that I think she only had the ones Max sent her. So if you could send your character sheet or character stats
Okay.
through Discord, so that we can add that to the scrolling thing, that'd be fun.
All right. I do not. Would my alchemist supplies come with like a little notepad?
Probably not. If you don't have parchment sheet, then fine. Okay, cool.
So I'm just noting this in my memory.
You're like, it's a, yeah, and you're used to tinkering, so that's fine.
Hey Gordon, do you have a journal or something?
Not for you. It's
Not
mine.
for how? Thank you.
I think that's the
That was
most
needed.
difficult it's ever
It's
been.
mine. I'm not letting you doodle in my drawer.
I'm not doodling. Do you want the anti-gravity machine or not?
I don't. It's yours. Get your own notepad.
When you look at the map, that
Do not have
it's
a
more of like a circle.
I'm gonna rip a single page
The
out.
center is like
All right. So I go all the way back, get the tiny piece of paper,
Go
all the way back.
giant.
And you make as many notes as you can on that
I
tiny piece of
cram it
paper.
all like tiny. Like this is when you've got the one note card for calculus.
Yeah, I know
it's like
exactly.
that one,
It's-
like, mark, like,
It's like an essay on there. I know exactly.
The reference sheet, and it's
reference sheet.
I get out my magnifying glass.
Yeah.
for like calc, yeah. Yeah.
You also notice.
So yeah, I write my stuff down.
Alright. So Duke, you were heading back to the ship, is that what it was?
Sure. I'll head back and start like telling the crew to start hooking it up to hooking their ship up to ours.
Okay.
Every so often.
Who in the crew do you tell?
The goblins and the elves. Whoever's just not running around.
Okay, the
doing
goblins are busy. You have 2 elves scooping stuff up, and there are a couple elves
milling about.
who seem to be
Not really sure.
talking about something. Do you speak Elvish?
I believe I do. Hold on.
I do.
Yeah, but you're busy.
Markers on a trail.
That's as good as
I'm curious what languages. Oh, I've got
Yes, I
Common,
do.
Infernal, Primordial, and
I do
Okay.
speak Elvish.
Alright, so you walk up and you hear them saying it's something.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
So
Okay,
where
cool.
would you
Bye, Meadow.
Bye, Meadow.
Have fun.
looking for
Hope you
any-
feel better.
Enjoy Anastasia this week, right?
Yes.
Enjoy Anastasia time.
We're all going on Friday, by the way.
Oh, I need to buy.
I need a bar ticket too.
I'm broke.
Okay. You guys, is your the plans to do Friday?
I was gonna go Friday.
I was just gonna go when everyone else went.
I don't know what's going on.
I think for watching of the Anastasia musical.
If you-
Oh, yeah,
I don't think I have any.
If you did,
so that should work. Okay, cool.
Oh shoot, Friday.
It's Friday night. That's an old song. But moving on. You hear them in Elvish. They're discussing. It just hit out of nowhere. She didn't know. Like she was just getting started. We're gonna have to notify. Do you think they can send a sending spell or that kind of thing?
Maybe we could see if we could find some better.
I'm just gonna ignore that. Excuse me, gentlemen.
You can always upgrade or whatever. You can always leave
I'm sorry for your loss, of course.
that like and oh yeah,
Thank you.
that
Yeah.
that is
Losing
you guys do
one of
have
your
that one
close friends is it's always very hard. I've lost many friends because of my hair.
Everyone
Everyone I know is dead.
pause
You
again.
look like someone who's lost
Be right back.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Wait.
My castle.
Yes, I'm quite thin.
Yeah, it's like
So, yeah.
yeah,
How much
you
does
can
this
go
go
grab
for?
your rations. It'll just
Not
be-
much. I think I said I have padding in my clothing, so it looks like I have a normal body. But if you wouldn't mind, helping us attach the researcher ship to ours, so we can get going.
Yeah.
I can give somebody rations.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I feed my boys.
Are you-
and reading books the rest of my
So,
life.
are we going to try and pull them, or
I mean,
I suppose we're gonna try and pull them.
because then
we'll go? We'll go grab some extra ropes.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, those leads.
So they will start working on that. Yeah. And so far, Grothin is 2 second mates. Haven't noticed anyone doing it.
I'm gonna go to Grob then and ask him to start helping. Actually, yeah, I'll go to Grob.
I mean, if you want to
Oh,
use a ration,
Grob, my good
you know,
man.
I'll.
How are you? Yes. Anyway. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yes, he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure, quite so. Anyway.
Alright.
If we're.
What did I tell them to do?
What was that?
Oh, I told them to do ship
You guys
repairs.
also could, you know.
Did they actually do
Who,
ship repairs?
did you?
Yeah, remember when I was on the, they asked like what they should do and I was like ship repairs. The people who were on board.
I remember that.
Because
I'm
Hey,
telling them
Grob.
to do something
I
else
got
now.
you.
Yeah.
Ignore Oz's orders. Relay that.
Fuck you.
The ship will, so they're taking orders from everybody. I guess.
Yeah, I guess they split
If
up.
Oz wants to see
There's
which
10
they
of
do
them.
first, Oz can.
And they can half of them do.
Oh yeah, now there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's
Or
true.
9
Yeah.
of them. Right?
There were,
How many elves were there? I thought there were.
I thought there were 6 elves,
Oh, yeah,
6
yeah.
goblins.
Oh.
Now there's 5 elves, 5 goblins.
Oh, are there?
That's what it was.
Okay, well,
I
they only need.
felt off by numbers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I get half the elves who aren't repairing to send them to go do attachments. And then I'm gonna go over to
Yeah.
Okay.
Pulling this ship to a sort of ethereal plane, that's totally fine, right? There isn't anything special we need to do?
I forgot about that.
If we just attach it by rope?
If there was like a stock market or something.
Well,
I don't
Jersey.
I was trying to do it under my breath. Come
No, I'm
on.
sorry, it was really funny.
I'm like, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
It's also you need like a you need a trigger phrase.
Yeah, no, I have a trigger phrase for Goldman too.
I know. I was like, that's
See, is that
but I'm having a
I just start making
I'm a voice
rich
of
people noises.
Inconsistency is always challenging.
I don't have a phrase for it.
Well,
I can't
Probably
say
so
that I,
inconsistent.
Yeah.
I really have to find a way to distinguish because I do slip into like the Bostonian a little too easily from the Jersey.
It's Jersey.
Joyzy. I can't say that I ever. Can't say that I ever tried to, attach a ship like this and drag it. What I could say is, depending on how we want to travel,
If you want to roll
it might.
that'll probably be your best bet.
I'm wondering if it might not be easier to try and train a few people on this, or maybe lend out our second mates if we're trying to keep all these ships. They might be able to go. We usually cycle them every 8 hours along with myself, but we might be able to push it a little bit, or give some of yous or that other crew a bit of training, and maybe we make better progress with all 4 ships, which is not a bad payload if I do say so myself. Like, it's not a bad draw, you know. Though these ships that look a little funky right here, like they seem a little special, but it should all still work.
So I'm just afraid of, splitting our group was never a good idea.
Yes.
True.
Just worrying about, there could be other pirates around over if fighting something when not all of us are together. That's always a bad idea.
I'll just say I don't know. I can't guarantee that we'll make normal speed dragging another ship. I haven't ever had to pull a whole ship before.
Not really much.
I know that when it's inside the ship, we don't really notice a difference in the weight here on the ethereal plane. But I haven't ever done it ship to ship like this before. That's more, they're these barges that they got in the Radiant Citadel, but I never knew how they worked. I didn't run them.
What do you guys
We're
think?
getting public transit
In the Ethereal Campaign.
yeah.
What do you
Space
guys
train. Sorry.
Space train?
Sorry.
Well, what do you guys think? Because I don't want to make the decision of do we attach her or do we split up the people who can.
I don't know.
Do you go
I
for
don't
an
know.
inverse or do
I was
you?
gonna say.
I'm asking like out of character. Because I don't want to be like, we're doing this.
Do you want to call people over? Would
Yeah, I guess.
that?
Who's still on the ship right now?
So Giblet's got the slotty bodies back.
Slotty bodies.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, I'm like, the only thing I wanted to do was collect bodies. I had no interest.
So I think Oz and Giblet you've seen take bodies or send people with bodies to the low deck at this point.
Yep.
Mike Ale has somehow managed to park the ship next to one of the smaller chaos ship next to you guys's. And Inverse, did you come back over? Or you were with him, you got paper, but then you ran back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whenever, like, I'm getting the bodies and heading back. So whenever I come back with the bodies, I'll be at the ship. I'm not planning on going anywhere.
So everyone's busy there right now.
You might. So Oz is back. You might be able to get their attention.
Oh,
Does anyone hear that?
You notice
What?
represents more
Do you think it would?
And I guess Mike Ale would be back too, technically.
Mike, I guess you can come and make a decision with us.
Decision?
Yes. Do we try and drag the ship along, or do we split our party up?
What?
I
Why?
can.
What do you
I'm
mean?
very confident I can pilot this ship.
We're taking
all
the
way
ship
there.
with
I
us?
am not very confident that you can take it all.
We're
I mean,
taking-
actually, yes. Go ahead.
Why
Take
are
the
we-
ship by yourself.
We're taking the ships with us?
Yes.
almost like an image,
We're taking a
like you
bringing the
no
survivors to the Citadel.
Inverse sort of looks over and gives a thumbs up.
It's not like
Goodwill and payment.
in any sort of way. It's just,
Oh, yeah, right, good. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? You're right.
Oh yeah, you have to be a good parent.
That would be a good thing to do. Good point. Excellent.
It's just like
Good call. What's the, so it's either pilot the ships or attach it to the ship?
Yes.
We'll attach it to the ship,
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's smart to split the party. Split our forces.
So what I had told the good Duke here was, it's complicated. Like I've never dragged a ship before, and
Yeah, I don't really understand ships that much.
so travel's different here. Now, if the stuff's in the ship, it usually isn't a problem. But I've never actually seen it done where one ship kind of
they're like
carries another
so like
in that way. And so I'm not sure if we'll be able to make the normal time.
Why can't the other ship just follow us? Why do we have to drag it?
They don't know how to fly.
We'll see. So
What?
what I had suggested is maybe we try and do some training, like I was hollering at the your boy Mike Ale over there.
Your boy.
The new guy who's been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
He seemed to pick it up pretty
Who?
well,
Who are you
but
talking
it
Who's
is
Mike?
so we could try and do a bit of training, or we could lend out our second mates, and I could try and. We usually cycle them; they might get a little tired, but that's kind of the options here.
I mean, we only need to, take 2 ships with ours and the survivors? We don't need the other ships, right?
I mean, ships, unmanned ships. I mean, who? That's
What do,
people pay money for ships.
oh.
That's what I was
I'm just
thinking. Like,
saying,
if we have
like,
some rare,
you're not
you
pirates,
got
but
rare
if you
collector
stumble
edition
upon a
ships.
ship, it's still
I
a
mean,
whole ship.
I didn't say I was opposed to being pirates, I'm just saying. But,
I am opposed to
Are you
being
sure?
pirates.
We're not pirates. We're scavengers.
yeah,
We're privateers.
I get it.
We're getting paid to do it. It's
Look, if
legal.
it falls in your lap, you're
Yeah,
still
no,
gonna.
Privateering is
no,
You know
legal.
what I mean?
Here's the thing.
No
There were
Um,
You
bad
get a
guys
nice piece of
trying to
ham
kill
that falls
I'm
on the
okay
floor, you're
with
still
this.
gonna eat
I'm
it,
okay
right?
with this. I'm just not okay with pirates.
You know,
Well, that's fine. We're not committing
I don't know that I am, but I get the analogy.
Well, see, you just cut off the right. Never mind. You get it.
I get the analogy, nonetheless.
And they seem to be following the same path.
He said it. He doesn't like piracy unless it's
No,
against
no, they're going
Nintendo.
the opposite way. Yeah, we're leaving.
I had to make the joke.
It's a lot
I didn't
of
have to, but
it's a lot of splitting up, I think, is my only concern. But
We can try and drag it. It might take a little more time, or it might be totally fine.
well, and the
It's
only
a little
problem
bit-
is that then we would be dragging what 3 ships because we want to take the other 2 unmanned ships. That's a lot of ships to drag.
so if I'm studying a ship, would that make it easier for me to pilot it?
Make an insight check.
Oh, I'm
You're not part of this conversation. You're just kind of going.
Oh god, I just flung the dice.
Another nat one. Let's see if I can carry it again. I can't do it as bad. I can't.
I do.
Look, he gets to turn it to a 10. So like, what I'm doing isn't that
Let me know.
bad.
Let me know.
I have a third idea.
Okay, so do it in character real fast.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so it ties them in.
Ahem.
Yes. We are talking.
Might as well.
Hey, what language
Gotta
do you
make a living somehow.
And might I inquire
Probably, yes.
if you have seen anything unusual?
Yeah, go ahead. Try it. Try another language.
Not
How
really.
many languages do you speak?
I speak a lot of languages, and then I also have,
I mean,
and then I also.
You guys can't metagame plan what languages you speak to make.
No, we
That's
actually
exactly.
Yeah,
you don't know.
It's just kind of like, what
True.
languages do you speak?
You could just ask like, what languages do you speak?
Yeah, what languages do you speak?
But then I can also convey any thought to another person, and they don't have to share language, or they just have to be able to know one language to convey the other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Guess what? If you don't know a language that we're talking about,
Yeah,
you
then I
still
wouldn't
can't
know.
understand us.
To some extent, yeah. I also I do
13.
have comprehend languages, though.
well, that's a good question.
Yeah, and I always.
Yeah, not as good as the 22.
I dropped the
Roll
dice.
percentile
No,
die.
that's okay.
I'm gonna blow up again, aren't I?
Oh, here it is.
20?
Better than
Thanks.
90.
I know, but high 20 or low 20? I got no thing to hope for.
Like, you gotta kind of.
1.
Anyway,
So,
Rest in peace, Inverse. He won't be missed.
What just happened?
nothing. You guys are having a conversation. What
I
were
think
you
we're
saying?
rolling more d20s for damage.
Well,
Okay. Do we just
gotta be one.
let's leave a note on it.
Get out of
From love, lots of love from Goldman and
Inverse
and Mike.
takes 21 damage.
And
'cause I rolled
we
very
just
low.
let him know where
I'm
it
at 1
is.
HP.
Yeah, I'll draft
Literally 1.
Alright, half force.
You won't draft it,
Yes.
but I think I'll.
No, I
Roll a
think
d4.
At least let me remind you.
Sure.
I'm gonna be drafting my own.
are you just talking about
Roll
this
last
while
one.
everyone
No
is
position
standing right
change.
next to you?
In Dwarvish.
Okay,
In
cool.
Dwarvish.
So a pulse goes out from the
Comprehend
gravitron, but
language.
nothing happens because it's all the same.
Okay, go cast it.
Actually,
I have it
the other
prepared.
ships do get pulled
Okay, go
in.
cast it.
Okay, so what do we?
How long are you having this conversation?
That's it.
That's it. We're done.
But like you had that whole conversation.
Yeah, a little bit.
While Oz
Yeah,
was
I'm
talking
gonna-
to you about the options, I guess.
No, they were having a conversation. Yeah, Oz would have burnt a spell slot at some point to listen in.
Alright, you caught that we're drafting something on a piece of paper and we both want to write it.
The closer to the beginning you are.
Okay.
The higher, the further, the closer to the end you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could get even less. I could get literally.
And so I'll do the final signature. No,
Okay.
99. That's all she did.
That is a 44.
So about just under halfway through.
Yeah, you hear pretty much what.
Yeah,
Like,
just
Yeah, that is about,
yeah.
yeah.
And both of us want to write it.
Honestly, you know, sometimes.
I mean, I know. I was gonna say I probably took some guesses.
Did anyone
but-
notice some gravity shifting? I just want to. Okay, good. Nothing happened.
But I do.
So actually, so after their after this, it will happen.
But yeah, letter aside. I have another idea for the ships. I don't want us to fully split up, but I also, I mean, attaching 3 ships to one ship kind of seems like a lot. What if we link them all together so they're all attached?
Everyone is
Usually it wouldn't be that difficult to get to one another because they're pretty close. And then we also have people on each ship to like steer them, you know, like a train.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds fun.
I don't know if that actually works. I don't know anything about ships, but
Path.
Space train.
Okay, and so as Oz finishes presenting that idea, you all feel a pulse of gravitational force, and all the ships are pulled closer to the larger chaos vessel by 10 feet. So, you guys are kind of stacked, so the ships do have some minor grinding and crunching. Roll 2d20.
Probably leading to.
Me?
Yes.
17. 17.
Cool. So all 4 ships take 34 damage.
Oh, jeez.
And I need to, let's see, we need to roll 4 percentile die, I think. Let me check my notes here.
Why did we come to this place first?
To see if there's
It's right
a
there.
Yeah,
major
it was
issue.
right there, yeah.
God darn wet
Hold on.
being.
So yeah, so everybody roll percentile die.
I know.
You've got a 25% chance that the major system is messed up.
27, I'm safe, I think.
Okay, so this path.
Do we want to be rolling above or below 25?
0 to 25.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah. It's just like
19.
You keep going down.
No, that
and
means,
take a
like,
day,
we don't
Yeah.
want 0 to 25.
Okay.
like,
I thought we
probably
do want 0
3
to
days
25.
walking,
0 to 25 means something happens.
17.
What'd you
So
roll?
I caused the problem. I'm the only one who solved it.
So 3 out of 4
Yeah.
Okay, and this was
Why couldn't I have rolled that when I was trying to
so
eavesdrop?
close. All right, so
I got a 27.
So yours is for your main ship. Yours is for the one Michael was piloting. Yours is for the research vessel, and yours is for the one you were on, the larger chaos vessel. Okay, so next is, I believe it's a D. 1, 2, 3. This is a D. Actually, it's a D6, and a 6 means actually nothing bad happens. You just take the damage. So
So we all need to roll.
everybody roll a D, or the 3 of you who failed it roll a D6.
Whoops.
Okay.
Sure.
Aw.
I'm glad I made these mechanics.
6.
Okay, so the ship. So that's the research vessel. So they get pulled, but actually, that one's a little more flexible, and its systems don't get messed up. So there's that. 4, and you had the main ship. So 4 is a.
As you can see.
Go ahead, roll Constitution.
So propulsion, steering, hull, crew, weapons. So the crew takes a significant loss.
Our crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
As these ships are crashed into each other.
And everything seems perfectly fine.
It's Oz. Oz dies.
Roll.
There's
Okay, hold on.
Oz dies.
1 in 5 are the leaders. Elves first, then goblins.
everything's
Roll a d10.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Who dies is in your hands. If it's Snuff.
5.
Okay,
No, wait, that's a leader.
That's the leader. That's Braun.
Oh, no!
What? Ron was
Oh,
just dead?
I didn't say that, but I wrote significant loss in the crew. So
Metal was for 55.
Meadow does know we're verified.
Let's follow
it's true.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're gonna have to give him the hazard pay.
Somebody's got to give him mouth to mouth. No.
Me.
Oh.
I volunteer.
You
don't
even breathe.
I volunteer.
You don't breathe.
He's like, I don't care.
Okay, hold on. We have to remember where Braun was. Braun was one of the ones, I think, who was staying with Gimli. Okay. And so what happens? So what happens is Braun's down there. He's kind of watching, and he kind of takes a moment to stand next to like one of the ration barrels or something. And then this huge this gravitational pulse from Inverse goofing around shoves all 4 ships kind of together and knocks the barrel over onto Braun. Roll a d4 to see which part of his body
I'm gonna
takes.
crush his skull.
It's going to be arms or legs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so he's still alive then.
He just
4.
4. So he loses his right arm.
That's badass
So
though.
the
Now we can
barrel
get, like,
falls
a-
and completely crushes his right arm to the point where the bone and muscle and everything is torn through, and it's literally separated from his body as he's bleeding at 0 hit points. Giblet being the cleric would heal. I don't think Giblet has restore body limb thing, but I don't know. But she'll
Regenerate is
heal,
level 7.
so he doesn't die, but his arm is no longer present.
That's fine. He can get like a cool prosthetic.
So Braun loses right arm.
Who's paying for the cool prosthetic?
It was the.
You are.
you.
You are.
Okay, fair.
You.
Fair.
You caused this,
So-
and you're the. What's
one.
it called?
Artificer.
The what's it
Yeah,
called?
artificer,
What does
yeah.
that have anything to do with it? That's kind of classes.
You had a 3
This is
on yours?
sort of
Okay, a 3 propulsion steering hull makes sense. So, because no one else is on the ship, so
Yeah, why can't you guys have got switches?
these chaos ships are weird, and as it goes to crunch, a whole chunk of it is knocked off. The total hit points for that smaller ship is decreased. It only had 120 in the first place, so we're gonna have the AC decreases from 15 to 14, and the total hit points, the total hit points decrease to 100 from 120.
Is everyone alright?
God damn it, inverse.
That's what I expected people to say.
You stop messing around with us. You don't even know how it works.
At least no
But-
one got injured in the process.
Really?
Because
So far
they're
as
up
I
on
can
top
tell.
of the. So you
Like
hear
a scream.
it says that, and then at that point, a Giblet shouts, "Braun!" And Braun is you hear from on below deck.
I didn't hear anything, but what was that?
And then it goes silent, and then he's screaming again.
Is that screaming?
Yes. And then growling.
How about you get off that ship and get back?
So, with the 13, repercussions aside from the nat 1, with the 13, you do think that with a little bit of insight, you might, now that you know how this works, you might be able to gain some advantage on guiding this through the ethereal plane.
Guys, despite all the terrible news, I got some good news.
And I'm gonna fly way back.
Well, you first have to make a survival check, but you do get an advantage. So you're gonna try and fly it where it's not
No,
gonna crash.
I'm gonna feather fall again. I'm not
Oh,
risking it.
you're gonna come back.
Actually,
just you.
actually, I don't need it. I'll just go from ship to ship. I
Okay,
guess.
I thought you were saying that you were going to steer the ship. Okay. Okay, cool.
All right. So, how many people do I need to heal?
Go check down below.
Also, should I heal the people on the other ship too?
Once
feel
they
like
get on
you
board.
guys are at the
I feel like basic first aid is
I
bare
believe
minimum.
they've already
like
had their basic first.
so it would still
Well,
take like
It's my
You
job
can
as
go
a healer to help
and
people.
a half
You can
But-
go check.
to land,
If you
but also
I'll go make sure everyone's all right down below.
Yes.
I'm going to very
Check on our
hesitantly.
crew first.
As a doctor,
There's not a wall
Do you
I'm
have
supposed
a
to help
doctor?
everyone equally.
at Elevor.
Unofficially.
There's walls on that wall, like surrounding.
I love this character.
Dr. Phil? No.
So it's
I'm going to
also,
very
like,
hesitantly come down.
structural defense
Okay,
for
you
some-
see Braun,
Brown is dead.
very pale, light green compared to what he usually is. And he's leaning, holding holding a cloth against his arm, where his arm used to be. And you can see that there's an arm on the ground, that a fairly meaty one, still bleeding out, on the ground next to him, crushed underneath a barrel that's knocked over. And there is like beef jerky bites and things kind of spilled out everywhere.
Oh,
I imagine he tried to catch it and then couldn't, and he just kind of got it rolled up underneath, and this is how it happened. Not the dice, but Braun and his arm.
Alright.
Take the base.
Braun,
I'll see you roll it.
I'm so sorry. I'll see what I can do. I'm a doctor. I can fix this.
It's your
I
deck.
might.
Twice.
Maybe.
It's bad luck.
I got this.
Anything you can do would really help.
Alright, so I'm going to
Yes.
go to my spell list.
You're good at the bathroom.
So
First, I'm going to cast Enhanced Ability on myself.
1 sec. I'm gonna use the rest of my what is it? 17 hit points worth of
Lay on hands.
yes.
Did you go below deck when you heard the screaming?
Especially as of right
Yeah, because like at this point,
Was that conversation over that you were having?
with
you guys set up
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I would have heard the screaming.
So you heard the screaming, run downstairs with inverse. Okay.
Shoot.
because you're in like a dense.
I'm just gonna go like right on the
Tough
nub.
to see light
Okay.
from the
You know,
fire.
Hit points restored. Okay.
hit points restored.
Cool.
Hopefully stop the bleeding.
Surrounded
Yes.
Alright,
Does stop the bleeding.
17 hit points.
Okay.
so I'm gonna cast Enhanced Ability, Owl's Wisdom on myself, so I get advantage on any wisdom checks. And then I'm gonna make a medicine check.
Okay, do a medicine check. That one. He has lost his arm.
19 plus 7,
Okay.
that is 26.
Okay. And what are you looking for in an advanced medicine check? Aside from done missing his arm, that man.
Anything I can do to first and foremost stop the bleeding, which I think has already been done.
Uh-huh.
Second, anything that I might be able to what else can I do? Like, there's not much I can do to a missing arm. Just like anything I can do to prevent the pain, to ease the pain. I can't really prevent it at this point. It's kind of
Get him
already happened.
another arm.
I will build him a new arm later once I get the materials.
I'm trying to remember which spell heals appendages.
Regenerate. It's level 7. We gotta get a few more level ups.
Yeah. So one thing that with the 26, 27, you think, well, wasn't there a spell for like mending inanimate objects? Does that work on people? Maybe. You think as far as pain goes, like, well, so he's definitely hurt. Him being healed. You think there might have been a small chance, if the arm had been held while the healing was happening, that maybe it could have been healed together with radiant energy, but now that it has been healed, both by Giblet and fully by Giblet and Mike Ale, you're not sure if that would still work since the nub is already technically healed over.
Alright, so our buddy here might have helped, but he also might have made things worse. No offense, but this is why we get the doctors to do things.
You caused this.
I did.
I'm not down
Nope,
there.
You're
I'm
not down there.
I'm not
But
down there.
he doesn't need to know that yet. But he doesn't know it won't hurt him. But the barrel certainly will. I'm going to try a level 3 cure wounds on this guy. See if that's enough healing to fix this.
And what are you doing to try and get this to?
Just
As an artificer, what are you doing to try and make
cast a
this
spell,
work?
or like how am I casting the spell, or how do I like?
Yeah, how are you trying to make this work differently than a normal? You said cure wounds.
Yeah. So I assume I do like alchemy and tools to do my healing. And so I'm just like pouring something on the arm, pouring it on the other side of the arm. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to force this back together. It might work, it might not.
Okay.
But if it doesn't, I swear on my word as a healer that I will get you a new arm, whether mechanical or organic. I will find a way to get you a new arm. That's what I do. And I'm going to try to heal him with cure wounds.
All right. So usually there are verbal and somatic components, and you've added some materials. And you said you're going to do a 3rd level version.
Yes.
Okay. So roll what normally would be the healing on that, and name the dice as they. So it's
5, 3, 7. So it's 15 plus 10, 25.
okay. Roll a percentile die. You have a 5% chance.
98.
It's very much not working.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's alright, he's alive, that's what
He's
matters.
alive. He's alive. Ah. I'm a healer. If I don't heal, what do I do?
What does
Inverse is having a
I'm trying to
crisis over
think
here.
if the gentle repose works on the arm too. Like could Giblet do cast gentle repose?
On the arm.
On the arm
I
too?
don't see why not.
Right?
That makes
Just
sense.
to keep it. All right. We'll you
Put
can
it on
you can
ice.
make sure it's okay with her, but basically, yeah, see if she can
It's
see if they
a
can magically.
ritual. Gentle repose is also a
Alright,
ritual,
cool.
so.
Alright, we're gonna keep this arm in storage in case, and we're gonna preserve it in case we can find a way to get back. But
Salted a little bit.
I wish I could do more. I really do.
Yeah. That's fine. Just give me a minute.
I understand. Take all the time you need.
Say goodbye to that arm, man.
And I'm gonna. I figured this would be a good time to do a check-up on the rest of the crew, considering they just had 2 people get fireballed.
Yeah.
I'd like
okay, cool.
to
So
ask them if they're okay.
pause there.
Okay.
All right. So back above deck, Michael and Inverse have come down. Oz and the Duke were trying to come to a conclusion about how to, along with Groth, about
Space train.
how. So what do we
Stario.
decide here?
Staria?
We're doing a
Stario.
network of ropes like web
Stario.
that people can kind of travel across, like rope bridge style.
Yeah, so
I'm not
I
thinking about the
okay.
logistics.
Smartest.
I
do
had the idea.
Smartest?
Huh?
I thought you said smartest.
It would be the smartest to rope bridges.
So we can.
So
So what I
it's
can
not
do
the
is I
smartest
can
person
get
with budget.
I can get some rope, some 2 ropes to each ship. We can turn our ship sideways, and that should do. We should be able to move it like it doesn't matter which way we face. So we should be able to drag them kind of in line if you think that'll work. And do you want it in a train, or do you want it like us move inside like this, and then 1, 2, 3, but all going this way? Or do you want it
I
like
guess that's true. It doesn't really
caravan
matter.
style or something?
I was imagining caravan style, but now that you put it that way,
Away from the bad.
Did you also pass your con?
I'm thinking we should do caravan style.
I feel like caravan style makes more
Alright,
sense.
so we want rope bridge 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's my thought.
And do you have a preferred order as we try and get these things in position?
4 obviously in the front.
All right. So do you want
Let's put.
the
Let's
research
go.
vessel first and the chaos ships behind them?
Yeah, so let's do this one,
Okay,
then
big
big
concept.
one, then little one.
Hey, my cooking is not
Okay.
bad. No, it's
Main
makes sense to me.
research, chaos 1, chaos 2. Okay,
Makes
cool.
sense.
All right.
It should
Everybody roll d20s for the crew's ability to do
All down my
the
esophagus
rope
now.
ladders. You're looking for
take 2 points of damage. for
and they would have on this particular thing they would have a +5.
15.
It was
Okay.
pretty good.
19.
Cool.
12.
Don't have
Okay.
the palate
It's
for
got a
That was
more
close.
taste.
it.
Oh, God, I can
What's
taste it.
happening to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20.
All right.
If you can rest,
So
long rest.
So if we use the same ship connection, so the first one to the research vessel,
Oh, this one? That's the dark.
so the first one to the research vessel is a little bit, so there's a rope bridge, it seems like it'll hold. But yeah,
No, I'm not crossing.
okay, so with that,
Cool.
anything else you all would want to do before you try and get everybody moving? That takes, it
Oh,
takes
God,
easily an
come on,
hour to
seconds.
prep that.
What's revenge?
Well, what, you wanted to get something out of the
Yeah, I
research
want to-
vessel?
Discuss payments.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I'll go back up. I'll find the first mate.
So now that the rope bridge is there, you can go to them, or if you kind of shout over, they're only like 20-foot distance apart. They basically use one 50-foot rope
Yeah.
and tried to swing it between each one with a spread. So, but the Aarakocra with wings will actually like
the other one.
come
Out
fly
of
over.
nowhere, a giant
Well,
thing
it looks like we're about ready to
falls.
set sail,
Yes.
so to speak.
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna lurk
unable
close to this.
You can come with me.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I'm not
and-
gonna say anything quite yet, but I'm gonna stand
it's good
there.
to be aboard your ship. That you all got a nice bit of thing here.
Yes, thank you. All of you are welcome to come aboard while we travel to the Radiant Citadel, if you will.
Well, we've got our quarters and we need to make some repairs and stuff. So we'll probably just hang out on our vessel But yes, as far as working out the negotiation, I think we're ready, but what did you have in mind? Because you've clearly saved our bacon in more ways than one here.
What is sorry? They're like back to Earth. Like, what is it exactly? It's like a ballista.
They have.
Because that's what I want.
All right. So what you see when you look at their weapons is
They got two.
they have they have what are called swivel guns and a ballista. There's two, one on either side. The swivel guns are small cannons that can be turned easily, ideal for targeting fast-moving vessels. And the ballistae are giant crossbow mounted on the deck, designed to fire large bolts to pierce enemy holes.
You know, before you fully get into your negotiations, what were your researchers, right? What were you researching?
Well, we had gone to the. We were a specially paid crew and select crew to go to the Chaos Plane or of Limbo, and we were studying we're studying the energies of the plane of Limbo and the way things move there. Tectonic shifts, the way matter moves, things like that. Trying to our main researcher, she focused on interplanar travel, but also is kind of on the material plane, things like what did she call it? It's like geotectonics or something like something to do with like magical ley lines and their ability to shift energy and matter along them. That's sort of what we were looking into, and we did some of the data gathering. Bye, Ryan. We did some of the work. We've got some of the knowledge, but that's the short of it at least. Unfortunately, our captain, she was lost in getting our ship. She managed to basically do an unusual form of plane shift to get us out of the, when we were being attacked by a number of these. It wasn't just the two of us, 4 or 5 of these covered in slady. And somehow she managed to plane shift our entire ship, but lost herself in the process.
Interesting.
For sure.
So blinded says
Just
the
yours.
computer can't see it automatically.
Certainly.
Any other
So quite a strange predicament. We're not. I didn't even know we were on the ethereal plane at this point until your friend there told me.
Yeah, so I assume you're gonna wanna probably get off of this plane, huh?
Well, right now we're just happy to be alive and looking for a way to get to safety and recuperate and do some repairs and plan our next steps. Possibly contact, try and make some sort of contact with those who are partnering with us.
Yeah. You hear him say,
Unless you have anything else, we'll leave back to our negotiations.
Well, the fog,
For-
the fog is really thick. You just
For our payment,
What are you talking about? There's no fog here.
your
fog.
swivel
But are
cannon
you blind? Because I am.
doesn't seem like you get much use out
It
of.
really is. It's
Well, it's
almost as though he's
It's a
like
challenge when you're
sort of looking in
under
your
crewed and
direction, but he's
it's a
not
bit
looking
complicated, but
Yes,
It's
as you
almost
are
as though
under
he
crewed now,
physically cannot see you because
I don't think you have much use in exchange for us bringing you to the Citadel and
shakes
saving
his
you,
head,
of course.
then also shakes
I think
his head.
your
then
cannons will
shakes
suffice as
his head,
payment.
Like yes, yes, no, yes, sort of thing.
So nod, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
perhaps
Alright, yeah, funny,
Well-
funny fog, funny fog.
let me ask Greta a question. I'll be right back.
What would you guys like?
More math.
Make a persuasion check.
You wanna go ahead and cook it? Just
Here we go. 24.
see where you could cook your hot dog.
I didn't say I was gonna cut.
Um,
I mean, I wanted
he flies back over.
Try to find.
You could see Greta kind of
Did you sleep
watching
in
him
bed?
go, and she doesn't look happy. That's for sure. But
somewhere,
Elance, well,
somewhere in the dense
we certainly understand, and we are willing to part with it, but we also might be willing to offer
Perception.
perhaps depending on your timeline, we might be able to offer to build your own potentially.
Oh.
But it could take
takes
us some
you
time
about
to do
good
that.
15-20 minutes to
But
actually
if you're in a hurry,
your
How
back.
we
about-
certainly
And
understand.
then
How
you
about
have to
this?
go through
If you're able to build us one by the time we make it to the Citadel,
Sure.
that is perfect. We'll take
And it
that.
takes you
That's a
about
pretty fast
25
turnaround.
minutes.
And there are some specialty materials we would have to be able to get while we're there. We were thinking more like
It's
we might be able to
it's
build one
surprisingly
in a week
bigger
with
than
the 4 of us working
it
on it in a
feels
week.
bigger
Oh, wow.
than
That's
when
kind of a
you
long
had
time.
sight.
True.
But that's
We
what
could
she
probably get these swapped over in a day.
I think that
said.
was
That's
close.
over. Alright, so
I mean, the way I see it, you're gonna have to
Make
get, like,
repairs.
you're gonna
That's
have to
the
get your
campaign,
ship
it's
out
over.
of
True.
this plane anyway.
We're out. You
That's
guys
gonna
wanna
give you
go
plenty of time to rebuild yours on your ship.
We've got
Yeah,
we know almost nothing about this plane. We still only sort of understand why we couldn't get away from the other ships. Like with the engine we have, it's usually much faster.
Exactly. You're gonna have a lot more time than we will. We're kind of on a bit of a schedule.
Well, it'll be a bit of a rush job, but we can certainly. We're willing to do that. You've kept us alive, and you've not plundered us like common pirates or anything of the sky.
It makes us uncommon pirates.
These weren't bad maps at all.
So we're
These
certainly
are great maps.
willing to do that if that's
Clearly
the
wasn't
bargain.
that cured me on the sale.
Very good.
Evidently,
Right.
We'll
the map.
send over a few crew members to assist if needed.
Anybody know anybody got the fly spell ready? That would certainly help. Then the 4 of us could simply fly it over.
You're fine.
when
I
we're ready.
believe our
You
artificer
guys pack
can
up.
assist with that.
We're gonna fly potions, not the fly spell.
We're supposed to.
Is that only good for one?
I've got prepared spells, so if you give me a sec, I can prepare. Oh, I already got it prepared.
Yeah,
So you guys make it back.
our artificer will be able to help with
It
that.
almost
All right, well, we'll let you know when we're ready for
everybody's
that.
pulling up the giant
And things do.
fucking,
Flying here is very strange. I'm not used to. I feel so light.
Yeah, it's a very
Boy
weightless
again.
place.
and it,
Just randomly fell.
Alright, well,
it's like
is the deal then? We're good to set sail, or so they say?
We'll be perfect.
Sure.
Give him a good old handshake. Spit.
Ugh.
I can't spit.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's probably better that way.
So where do we want
Also, there's no way a
You all
noble would
certainly
do
have
a
a
spit
quite
check.
an interesting setup here with your. What are these? The large. You've got almost like a balloon, but not quite.
Yes, it's
Something like that.
something to do with air elementals and fire. I try not to worry about it. It seems quite dangerous myself.
Intriguing. Yeah, I don't think I've personally interacted with one of that variety before. It's nice.
Yes, I believe we try and keep them inside the balloon.
That would make sense. You don't want an elemental running around all willy nilly.
We can get new ones.
Cool. All right, so he'll fly back. We can get new ones.
We can.
You guys could.
It's not it's not a high level spell to summon elemental.
It's pretty high. It's level 5.
Oz can summon elemental.
Well, yeah, but it's not permanent summoning.
Hey, wait,
So,
If you trap them, yes.
If you trap them.
Yes.
Which the ones in the balloon are
Presumably, we'd be trapping them.
Okay.
Because that's the like go-to like warlock thing is to make the I forget what it's called. It's the like
Magic
circle.
circle.
Yeah. And then you summon something in the magic circle and make it do your bidding. It's like the because I can also summon greater demon. Put that in the circle. And then we can have that too.
Oh no!
It doesn't help us.
Yeah, but we can have it.
Alright, he rolled the natural
So,
20.
anything else you want to do? They're
I
going
think
to
we
be
took
working on
off.
that while you travel.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done ropes. So I need 3. So Groth and the 2 second mates are going to try and guide this set of things. So let's get 3 d20s.
Do you want me to roll or?
Yeah, no, you roll.
Yeah,
I'm rolling.
Yes, I feel like I'd be a better person to roll. Like I have a great track of rolling today.
Yeah, 2 nat 1 so far.
Yeah.
I'll roll.
So yours is Groth there, but you
Make it 3.
Did you roll another nat 1?
Is that dice weighted or something?
Dang.
I'm never using these dice.
There's
yet.
dice tray.
Do we have a
No.
is there plus anything or just
It's
flat?
plus 5 to these guys.
That'll be a 23.
But
Okay.
it's also an insight check.
Okay.
So.
So thankfully, 2 out of 3 wins.
So technically, yes.
On a skill check.
Yeah.
Who technically aren't deceiving, but people are being honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty roll.
Truthful. And
What'd you
this
roll?
is an
I rolled a
insight
15.
check.
Okay.
So he.
And then plus 5, it would have been 20.
So at one point,
Oh, he knows what
at one point with the nat 1,
Yeah, he could kind of.
there is a clear strain on the rope bridge connecting the research vessel, and it looks like it's about to, like it's just super taut. And Groth happens to look up and see it, and he knocks over one of the second mates to break his concentration, like he's trying too hard. And so then the tension is released on the rope, and then they keep going. But since 2 out of 3 were substantial successes, and you rolled so high on that one, we'll call that the rope tension save. So good job. With that, you guys managed to continue traveling. Is there anything you would do as you travel on these 20 hours on the Ethereal plane? Supposedly 20 hours, actually. I'm going to check that in a minute. Yeah?
I still have to check up on the rest of the crew.
Okay, cool.
This guy immediately
I'm going
tells his
to
boys to pack
make
it up, drop the
contact
paintbrush,
with our
get
patron.
the fuck
So
out
this
of
is just
here.
now in the middle
Okay.
of the road.
It's just now in the middle.
And that's the same, right?
We're
Okay.
gonna move this
I just had to have it in my head. Okay.
And
Via ascending?
I don't really have a spell per
Before
se,
we drop
but
it,
just
could we
a mental
perhaps get them
prayer
to take it out
almost.
of town first, and then
If you
we'll
will.
take care of it?
no.
Make a religion check.
I agree with
Because this is also the person I have sworn my oath to as a paladin.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a.
I see. Yeah. Make a religion check.
I have to use contact other plane if I want to contact
Straight
mine.
roll of 6.
roll your d12.
Yeah.
I have to have a spell
You
to
certainly
contact
try to do some talking. You feel.
Looks like he
What
needs
would
a
you?
spell,
What
too.
would you tell your
I
patron?
mean, I have my little box thingy.
Oh, you have a way to communicate?
He still contacts
And sometimes
me,
he'll
though,
drum
yeah.
like since he doesn't.
I can just drop a note that's like, call me.
And he checks in on him or does the dream thing from time to time. But didn't you didn't you use sending or something at one point, or he sent to
We
you?
gotta move.
He usually talks to me.
Yeah.
I think he does have something where he can just
Alright.
do anything.
Yeah. So make a religion. You rolled a
Favorite
6.
PvP?
So yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, you heard me. I have 500 kills.
To capture this really cool gravity matrix chaos ship in the ethereal plane. I did most of the work.
Definitely
But it's chilling here, right at
How
my
far out?
location.
Like, are
Just
we
feel
talking,
free
like,
to
immediately outside the gate?
grab
I'm
that.
immediately outside the gate at least.
And yeah,
Then
I'm just gonna
Hope that works.
hope that
That would
works,
be so
and I'm gonna hold on to
I
the.
wouldn't have heard.
Because like I'm on that ship, I'm also gonna hold on to the rope. So when he takes the ship, I'm still attached to the next ship over.
I'm just gonna say,
So I'll be attached to the rope so I can climb the rope up.
Are
to
you on the
next ship.
4th ship or the 5th?
I'm on the.
The
I
last
put this
one.
one.
Okay, on the very last
So
one.
I put this one
Okay.
in the back for this very reason.
So are you
Smart,
like,
I
smart.
was gonna say that, but then we got distracted. Like,
Yeah.
so
so are you back there like sleeping on the ship or something, or?
No, I'm just chilling there. Like I'm like sitting on the edge, holding to the rope, just waiting for the patron to just take a ship.
Which is never gonna happen.
Bad is gonna happen.
Well, I mean, I guess I might as well try because we did talk about sending it over to him. I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Oh, that's what you guys were talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what we're talking
Oh.
So
That's the conversation I caught the tail of.
I'll write a little note that says something like,
Well, we don't want to block the
um,
gate.
"Hey,
don't
it's
listen to
me." Basically,
Hey, it's your boy.
I'll say like something like,
It's a boy gold.
Mike and I'm including Mike because I'm a nice guy.
Mike and I
got
For
this shit. come pick it up, lots of love, XOXO Goldman. And then I'll use my like magic box, my Tesseract Labyrinth to send the note over to him.
They're two gods, and this is a divine something, so they don't really mess with that. Otherwise they'll get
I'm trying to think of, so that should have gone, so,
well, they assume they'll get smoothie from them.
good to know.
Yeah.
Make a charisma check, invert for inverse on touching base with the crew.
Sure can try.
As you all travel. And then Jackie, will you just roll a
go ahead.
D100? Just kidding, roll a D20.
You guys do that, and as soon as you guys get
5.
up there, the
14.
paintbrush is like
Okay. So what would you going and checking with the rest of the crew
it's
look like?
like, yeah, like you guys are both holding on one end.
Just
and it's just a normal paintbrush.
me asking if they need anything, acknowledging that what happened was a bit crazy and we've been through a lot.
Some of
And
it is your fault.
I don't bring that up.
There's a reason why it's only a 14, because he doesn't bring up his own fault.
If I got a nat 1, I would totally have mentioned, oh yeah, that was totally my fault. But I didn't.
Some might say
Surprisingly.
you could have gotten a 20, but that's why you are only a 14. Anyways, keep going.
But
Admitting wrong.
if there's anything I can do to be a better leader for the ship, if there's anything that would make their stay here better, I've already got some plans that will help improve quality of life once you reach ship.
Well,
You guys
Braun and the Elvish leader, I have a link for somewhere, but I can't remember.
It has to be there.
Braun, I have them listed somewhere, but I can't find them.
almost like
So they will together. When you ask, they'll both be there. Braun missing his
walks
arm.
up to you guys as like you
The
guys are
elf,
there.
the elf leader will speak.
That be me.
Well, if you, we know you all are powerful magic users, and we also know what ships sometimes can hold. Is it possible to somehow upgrade the weapons or teach us even to do some minor enchantments or protective spells that, or have some sort of items that we could carry to give us
You could definitely tell
some
that
sort of armor or
this
shielding
guy
that's
scooped up
to protect us against these sort of magical attacks.
Oh, I know.
I know. I could
So there's
Well, I don't know that
There's that.
healing would have kept them from turning to ash, unfortunately. And if we're gonna
Preventing-
be, it would really help if we
Ours did start off.
had a little more protecting us.
You could start counting.
Preventing a magical onslaught takes tremendous ability. But I will look into some wards for the ship that might keep the crew safe.
And maybe you could talk with the rest of your friends.
I'll certainly bring up your concerns. Thank you for telling me this.
I would certainly like to keep my upper arm.
Oh, teach a mage hand.
Mage hand?
Presentation.
So we can get
Teach a mage hand.
just do it. One of the 25th.
Strangely useful. Yeah.
I mean,
Can
listen,
you
as
do the
much as
somatic component?
I was gonna say, as much as Oz is a warlock, they're also a wizard.
So that is kind of the result of those
Okay.
conversations. Because you check in and because it's at least a 14, you don't lose any renown. You don't lose any renown points with them or honor whatever
Loyalty
or
points?
current morale points. Sorry.
morale.
We have
Morale
morale.
points. He earned like the birthday party earned
Yeah.
one. I think him checking with something else earned another. So you don't lose any even though you lost. You had multiple strong losses because you checked in. So okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The journey actually takes 25 hours.
Do I get to do anything
Yeah, what do
during
you
the?
they raised their hand, so I yeah. What do you got?
I was gonna take the time, of course, to long rest because they actually have to sleep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they get exhaustion.
Unlike some of these other folk,
And then they are also going to write a letter to their parents.
Really?
Well, because we're going to be at the Radiant Citadel where they can send stuff to the Ethereal Campaign. And Oz's parents are alive.
That must be great.
You said Oz's parents are alive?
Yeah, they're alive.
Okay, so
Sorry, I also want to supervise them dismantling the cannon and bring it over.
okay,
I just want to make sure they're doing a good job with it.
sure.
Cool.
Do you have any
Awesome.
proficiencies that would help you?
No, I'm
He's just a
making
looky loo.
You're just watching, so do a perception check.
He's got a glass of wine.
Yeah, no, it's very much like I'm just making sure they're staying on task.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're just like, are they working?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Are they?
regular perception check? Then.
Yeah, he's just like a middle manager.
Yeah, I'm middle managing right now.
Talk to the god.
That's most.
2.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it looks like they're working.
Yeah,
They seem to be doing stuff.
I'm 2 balls of wine in. Sounds like they're working.
You can't drink.
I do it anyway.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
Is it like a
So
portal or
the
something?
padding in his.
Yeah.
Actually, do you notice that one of your bottles of wine is missing?
Oh yeah, you stole one, didn't you?
He got a perception check of 2. He doesn't notice.
So
Yeah. Okay.
You don't notice.
Oh yeah. Can I take my shorter version of a long rest because I'm at 1 health and I would like to rectify
So
that.
you guys are going to be traveling for 25 hours if the
So,
next.
yeah.
And I am going to have us roll for 1 more random encounter.
Enjoy.
Is it in the middle of my long
In
rest?
this case, there's.
what else would
So
you
I need
guys
a
like to do?
percentile die, and you have a random counter if it's 0 to 40.
I don't trust myself.
Is it
Who wants to roll?
Is it in the middle of my
I
long
haven't
rest or my
decided yet.
okay?
Depends on how low the number is.
Okay.
It's fairly big.
53.
So there are no encounters.
Sick.
So nothing good, bad, or ugly shows up as you travel to the Radiant
I get to
Citadel.
write my letter. I get to take my long rest.
Do I get a long rest too?
Everybody who wants a long rest can take one. If you don't take a long rest, you do gain exhaustion level.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll take a long rest.
I don't need it, but I'll take it anyway.
Okay.
Coleman loves resting. he
Um,
was born to rest and hang out.
That's really funny.
So,
Sleepy
all
Gold.
right, and we will. So we're going to end with you all pulling up to with this last little bit. So you all are rolling into the Radiant Citadel. There are docks. You are stringing 3 ships behind you. Is there anything special you would do as you're going to dock at this point?
What are like some
Um,
possible places we might find as that?
Yeah, are there like any
Are there
like
any, things?
space buoys? Or anything like to guide us in?
Yeah.
Do we need like a request, like a radio in, like at an actual dock?
Actually, you know what? So Groth. So
Do we have like smoke signals?
Probably not strong.
so
From what you
I
can see.
figure like one would probably be like.
Can you use like
Jeopardy answer. What is something Greg has not thought about yet?
If
You know what? I will say that Groth knows the protocols to get you guys in there. And actually, like 2 hours before you all show up, Penny comes out. Not Penny. Sephi comes out.
Where's Penny?
She
Where's
was in
Sephi?
Sephi's quarters,
Yeah.
and it's that it's kind of.
Oh, sorry, no,
weird.
where's Sephi? I mean, is she still here with us?
Sephi said she'd catch up with
Oh,
you in
right,
a
that's
few
what. Yeah,
days.
she was still.
And she 2 hours before docking, she steps out and goes, well, looks like you all are doing quite. Wait,
Yes.
Groth, what are those? As she realizes you're dragging 3 ships. And Groth and her have have words. But so as they discuss, but Groth will get you guys let in. Is there any prep you would do in if the ship does not disappear like you anticipated it might,
Like the first
or like you had hoped?
branch.
They're all still strung together at this point.
Probably
Well-
75 feet.
The first. I guess Can I also send another letter just saying we're at the Radiant Citadel now? XOXO, come pick it up.
Is that
I love you.
Probably
the tone to you and your boss has changed substantially since the beginning.
Sorry, no. It's Goldman, serious. This is just me.
Okay.
Maybe there is like an XOXO at the bottom. Because that's Goldman.
It does kind of seem like the kind of thing that, like,
Yeah. There's definitely an XOXO at the bottom, but it's
Okay.
much more serious.
So you send another
Yeah, read through it,
missive,
so
okay,
they'll-
through the little thing. So we have two things happening. Okay. Cool.
Inverse just stays in his cot staring up into space, very
Okay.
sadly.
Okay.
I know Oz said like a letter. Yeah, an Oz letter is like several stacks. It's very detailed.
Okay.
Pretty much recounting everything that's happened.
So like a 20-foot scroll? Or
Yeah,
is it,
it's extremely detailed.
Okay.
Like very, very specific. The only thing that Oz leaves out is the communication with like their patron. And but they still try and kind of explain the like eye thing, and they don't do a very good job of explaining where that came from. So it's like that part is very suspicious. But
Make a
Like
deception
it looks like this was a tree
check
that
as you're writing the letter.
it is a tree, but it was like hollowed out.
can I roll a disadvantage?
More so
Dude,
hollowed
sure.
out to make it
Why not?
I feel like,
a couple stories.
what is my deception? Actually, I'm really good at deception. I'll roll it. I'll roll flat.
There
That is
seems to
a
be
24.
Okay.
But it's more so like
Your parents know you pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
But-
feel like
So their raw roll is a 19. I don't have stats for them.
I'm gonna
But
assume they're.
it's one of those that's like, they're like,
No, like they're.
Oh yeah, they're wizards.
Yeah, no, their father is like a
So-
genius wizard, and their mother is like an
intelligence,
astronomer.
but it's not. So wisdom, definitely intelligence, maybe not wisdom.
Not necessarily. No, they're like
They probably wouldn't. So they probably wouldn't have a +5 on wisdom. Or
they
insight.
might. I mean, their father might. Their father is like an old elf. He's an old.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So it's real
tough to know,
close.
yeah.
So you did a good job in phrasing things
Yeah.
discreetly.
But they also
Um,
know that like.
You know.
Us,
Yeah, so
us
they
is
might
more-
have an inkling of something because it
Yeah.
wasn't a complete it wasn't a complete.
Yeah. Plus, like they definitely know that like Oz is
So it's like they can put the pieces together that something happened that
Yeah.
you're hiding, but they
Yeah.
don't. But it's really subtle.
But everything else is
and
like
you
super
did-
detailed.
No one else would notice.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The only reason they do so well is because they know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
stack, and they're like, yeah, this is a letter. This is a very brief letter.
So you all return to the radiant citadel.
Oh, the stock market.
Yeah.
The elf stock market. We do that here, so I mean, you found the perfect
Down here on Walnut Street.
on
We
Walnut.
should have sent ahead, let them learn the
More
wizards
so
would write.
acorn and walnut.
Want an audience with whoever's in charge of the citadel.
So yeah.
It's like a port.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's just make sure there's not options here.
And the Radiant Citadel is a huge place. It's not just a port. Like the
Yeah.
Radiant Citadel is massive.
As a reminder, this is the Radiant Citadel. It is a community surrounded by surrounding a large ethereal crystal.
I don't think they want to talk to you.
It's only because we didn't send ahead.
Uh,
Who would we have sent?
No, don't
I'm
go
not
back.
sure.
yeah, I think the problem
No,
is.
who would we
I
have sent? We
need more information.
yeah, a fraction of our maximum crew.
What are you
We
talking
don't
about?
physically send someone. We
I can
message
know
them.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any forms of messaging? Because that would have
someone
been
on
useful
board.
to know. Some of us want to deliver messages to people.
I just send letters. A brief letter.
Do you have
Alright, well you guys
Okay.
have fun doing whatever
So,
you're doing.
Groth will ask for 50 gold to deal with the port authorities
oh, is it like
and
Yeah.
charter space for 4 ships.
Yeah.
I got that.
Okay, and that'll cover at least 2 days.
Come from Sephi? We still haven't gotten paid.
Valid point.
We need to talk to Sephi about
So,
this.
you all are docked. We're going to end here. You all are docked in the Radiant
forget that I
Citadel,
have
having
truth serum.
returned about a
You have
week.
truth serum?
Yeah, that was my.
anyways,
I forgot I have truth serum.
You
I
should try and
should
use
make
it on
some.
Goldman.
you got stock.
Goldman can't.
Use it on Goldman.
So you all
Dealing.
stand aboard, stand on the top deck of your ship, looking toward the Radiant Citadel, this massive crystal rising up into what feels like the sky here, and you're looking out over the many houses and districts and stonework of this place, and the variety of colors and peoples represented as you look, and you can see down the streets to bazaars and shops and all this fun stuff. And you've returned. A week later, near-death experiences notwithstanding, with having gained 2 ships, ownership unknown at this point, or undetermined, or however you want, basically yours, and possibly some new friends with the research vessel. The guns are mounted. So. And they seem to be mounted well. They finish up. They take a rest. They finish up a little bit before you guys arrived. But you now have swivel guns, and so you can. We'll say you've got a set of those.
And I'm assuming those have to be manned like the crossbow.
Yes, they do. They are not unmanned. They need someone, a crew member, could do it, just like they do the crossbow. If one of you with better skills, it would use your bonus versus the crew standard, same bonus that they get on a crossbow.
What kind of, what would it be, just like a...
It's like a standard ranged weapon bonus.
Okay.
So,
No, tell me more about this.
so with that, we're going to end with you all, kind of the camera from behind your head, so to speak, looking up at the crystal of the Radiant Citadel and the streets and all that.
The serum would that work on Roman? You can't adjust it. Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys can figure out what you want to do
You should
with
try
your
it anyway.
fleet.
You
now.
should try selling the ship.
Our ship?
No,
Oh,
the
these ships.
yeah, not that ship. That ship belongs to someone.
Yes.
But this ship, yes,
those
that ship
pirates.
maybe.
More like potion
Yes.
One of them.
So, it would
guys have
help
plans for
me
the other
if you guys wanted to send me some sort of message about now that you're back at the Radiant Citadel, or if you want to just put it into the Thursday campaign chat.
Monday.
Where are you guys?
Yeah, it's
Monday. I know what day of the week it is.
Yep.
What you think? What you as a party like? You guys can discuss it there as if you had done it on the travels. Like, try and figure out what you all would want to do now, so that I have a sense of where to build things. That would help.
Okay.
And good work.